join you.
Let us know. We'll support you.
Oh.
Just make sure to post to our Discord so we know when you're going live.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we can get you some lurks at least so you can start building up your numbers.
We'll definitely get you your passive lurks, and all you gotta do is just do your streams, and I'm pretty certain between the reach we have, we can get you 50 followers in a snap. I mean, let alone,
Gabriel
like...
will be your #1 fan.
Hell yeah,
Hey, what?
Gabriel, he's kind of a regular in a lot of our
Oh,
chats.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super active in them.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of anyone, hello.
Hello.
Welcome
Oh,
to
yeah.
the stream.
Gabriel's like the super fan. I love him. He's awesome. Speaking up to anyone in the chats, I am not streaming today because I'm a little under the weather, but still running the game. So
Ohio is good morning. Fuck. I forgot how to say good evening.
Stormy, thanks for the resub. You've summoned Gabriel.
Gabriel, we were just talking about you, buddy.
Well, he's not there yet, but Stormy's summoned him.
I thought when you were saying, I thought that Gabriel was posting in chat, so I was like, hey.
Yes.
Gabriel.
There we go.
Always tell me they're bored. I kind of want to just link them your channel and be like, well, then come watch us.
I'm back. Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
I'm back. I had to give a disclaimer, and now we're live.
Somehow I lost my streak. How'd that happen? Must have been last month then. That's irritating. Grilled cheese dipping taco. That sounds amazing.
That
pretty
sounds
good.
delicious.
I need to use the bathroom once more, then we'll start once I'm back.
No, you're good.
Is Cursive live?
No.
No, Cursive's not going live tonight.
Ah, okay, that's why I do not see Cursive. Okay.
That is why, yes.
Speaking of which, I gotta fix her tag. There we go. That should be alright.
But yes, brat diet. Bananas, apples, rice, and toast. It's good on the stomach.
Bump.
Yeah, lately, I don't know why. I mean, it's really good, but lately I've just been having this, like, obsession with tuna salad. Like, I like tuna salad anyways, but, like, lately, my lord.
Hear me out. You like egg salad?
It's not bad. One sec. Berthulu, just so you know, your mic is lighting up, but we can't hear you, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not speaking.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah.
I saw it lighting up, and I was like, hey, I wonder if your mic's messed up.
No, it's probably just picking up something weird.
Do you put eggs in your tuna salad?
I do.
Same.
Yeah, I do boiled eggs, and then dude, I like to do, I don't know, I'm kind of half and half on dills and sweet pickles. Like, I like both of them, so I don't know which one I use more, to be honest. But I like them both.
Why not both, you know?
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
I love me some potato salad. I love me some egg salad. I love me some tuna salad. I specifically love my Russian potato salad, which actually is a Dominican dish from the Dominican Republic.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a pink. So like it looks like a New York style potato salad, but it's pink because they put beets in it. It is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
I think I'll stick to a taco salad.
Taco salad.
Let me save an image of this. I'll drop it in chat for y'all to sell.
Yeah.
You do
check,
that.
Check this thing out.
It's like pink.
Pink.
It's got sweet pickles in it. It's got dill pickles in it. It's got celery. Got egg. A lot of mayonnaise. No, New York style isn't mayonnaise based egg potato salad, is it? Or is that Southern style, which is mayonnaise based? One of them's mustard, one of them's mayonnaise based, or north versus
Potato
south.
salad's mustard based.
Which one?
German.
German. Okay. German. Okay.
Also, chat, this is what Stormy's talking about.
It's a Russian potato salad and it's from the Dominican Republic.
I mean, the potato salad we usually make is got both mayo and mustard in it.
I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually how I normally do it as well. A little bit mayo, a little bit mustard.
Why not both?
Honestly. We out here mending culture, son.
See, I've never made it before, so I don't. Yeah, I've never made
What
it.
you do is you take some potatoes and you mix up with some mayonnaise and a little bit of mustard. Boom. Technically, that's it. That's all you really need. It's potato salad right there.
I want to cause violent actions to your health.
Violent action to your health.
And preferably, I like to throw in a little bit of bacon, onion, garlic, salt.
Back.
pepper.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
That's better, my man.
I'm just saying, technically, it's not.
Yeah,
good.
dude. I mean, yeah, I guess. This is the most upsetting thing I've heard today. Was like what you just said about potato salad.
Okay, well, let me just.
It took
break
us 3
it down.
days
A
to make that
taco is
potato
technically a
salad.
tart. A taco is technically a tart. There you go.
Yeah, for sure. And bologna is just hot dog pancakes.
Cheesecake is a pie. A hot dog is
All right.
a hoagie.
Yes, it is.
Pop tarts or ravioli.
Ravioli or dumplings.
Absolutely. So,
Well, yeah.
So, recap.
Yes.
Let's see. Last session was more ghouls. Did you know that ghouls are apparently good for those? No, they're not. That was terrible.
So many goals.
And then you progressed up through another door after dealing with a ghoul holding a man hostage, finding a little pet dog lizard. Your dog lizard pal, I forget what you named it, but your dog lizard is well defended for now. You also met a interesting creature called a Vunith that seems to be from the Dimension of Dreams that you made friends with by telling it dark jokes. And then it proceeded to assist you after being offended at first at one of your party members, but then it proceeded to assist you in the battle against some ghouls that realized you guys were talking and came to try to ambush you, but you caught them and then promptly killed them. So.
His name is Osiris.
And that's about it. So I suppose let me unpause you and your time is yours. How you guys would like to proceed from here? Got some doors about.
Are there still more ghouls coming towards us, or did we?
No, you guys were out of combat.
Okay, I just wanted to make absolutely sure.
We dispatched the ghouls.
Killed them all.
So we have an open door ahead of us that leads just outside, right? And that's just
Correct.
a bunch of mist and stuff out there.
Bunch of yellow mist.
Yep.
It's even coming into this room. That's suffusing you right now, but doesn't seem to be doing anything.
I'll shout over the
Over here.
the berm of rubble and say, "Hey, I think I found a." No, wait, no, that's not his character's voice. Hey, I think I found the way up. There we go.
Oh?
That was a voice I hadn't heard in a while.
I still hear him.
I would like to open this door. Is it possible to open this door? If it's locked, if I click it, will it not open?
Correct. It'll open if
Oh,
it.
you two are up there.
Oh,
I would
wait.
like to fly over this berm, but I cannot, so I'm gonna go the long way around. Which I'm
just drag
really
you.
flying. Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you.
Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pause you guys just because I got to double check that room a little bit. Oh, as a reminder, when you guys saw, a couple of you saw through the crack, you did see colors coming from the room here.
Yeah.
This is a reminder to your guys' plotting. Give me a moment to get to that one's.
That's right, I have notes. Magical colors in the room southeast. And we got some stuff from some people.
What's this creature called again?
A Vunith.
Luneth. What's it up to?
I mean, it's just kind of it helped in the fight. Now it's just kind of lingering in the area. So
Deviousness.
He's chilling.
Oh, it is not chill.
all right. So The room that you see before you is a row of fireplaces. They stand among heaps of barrel-sized pots and cooking implements in this ruin of a kitchen. Numerous doors lead to the south, east, and west, while multiple corners of the L-shaped room have collapsed. There's a line of large rocks deliberately cordoning off the westernmost door, so as you open it up, you can see that they seem to have blocked it off.
Where?
It's not stopping it entirely. Basically, if you
Like
can
this?
hear. Here, let me just move you here. You can see it there.
Yeah,
So,
I can't.
what are you trying to do, Deckle?
Every time I click on my token to drag it, it just opens up my character sheet.
Okay, where do you want to go? Do you want to go up here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wall.
Alright, I
Yeah,
will
there's
do a
holes in the
perception.
walls that let you see through it. Okay,
Can I do a perception?
sure.
Oh, there we go. That was weird.
Are perceptions public roles still?
I prefer them usually to be secret, but you do get your passive. Or actually, I think that might be level 4. But
Yeah, I don't think I get my passive quite yet.
Are those furnaces?
they are fireplaces. And
Oh.
as such, you do hear a pot clattering in the western fireplace.
In the western? Okay.
Correct.
I'll investigate that.
Okay, I need you guys to stop there. As soon as you see that the cauldron that is covered over, suddenly a fire seems to otherworldly light up, and the cauldron suddenly just overturns. It seems that there's a vaporous spectral image of a lean man's sobbing face pouring forth, and it fills the area and then dissolves. At this point, I need
That was alarming.
Stormy and Berthulu. I need your characters to give me fort saves. Please don't move, I unpause.
19.
15.
You both got 13s.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Roll
so
13s.
as it washes out over you, you guys, the rest of you smell this burnt food smell, and it doesn't seem to be like it's not that bad. You guys can resist it, but at the same time, though, you would see this cloud washes over the room, and all the food that was in this kitchen suddenly turns to worminess and gross. Not uncurable with magic, but seems like it ruined all the food in here.
That's gross. Can I go investigate that?
Sure, you can give me a knowledge religion, or even a spellcraft could assist you with that.
Let's see which one's better. Knowledge religion or spellcraft?
Yes. Whichever's
Nice.
better. I'd say
My
knowledge religion
spellcraft
is also
is better.
easier.
There we go.
You're uncertain. You can't really make out what exactly that was.
Well, at the very least, let's see, what is the limits on purifying? Spoiled, rotten, diseased, poisonous, or otherwise contaminated food. The
So
spell
purify
does
food
not
and drink will work on it.
Yeah, I just 10 feet, one target, or 1 cubic feet. So, is anybody hungry?
Yes, we should gather whatever we can.
There's a whole
Um,
bunch of people who need as much food as you can get. So
Yeah.
the ability to
Absolutely.
provide-
Spells, there we go. Thank God it's a cantrip.
Right?
There you go.
It'll take time. It would take a lot of time to do all of it, just because there is a lot of food here.
Absolutely.
Looks like someone else has been using this kitchen, though.
That. Oh. There's some doors over there.
Is any of the yellow fog seeping in through this corner over here?
A little bit, not as much as the other room. Seems as if all the rocks are doing a decent job of it.
Alright.
I couldn't help but notice earlier this room over here, and I'm gonna point to the what was it? What's the pointer button? X? Yeah.
X and then right or left click. Actually, I think you guys can only left click. Right click is how I drag you to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right click is just how we move with the camera.
I was gonna point over there. He was like, I saw some magical happenings earlier. There's some cracks in the wall that are coming out of this room. If I remember correctly, lady earlier said that public records and whatnot would be in the northeast part of the asylum, and that's the outside, and that room might be where I'm trying to get into to find some notion of what the hell is going on around here.
So, this door right next to me?
No. I don't know where that goes. This room over
Oops.
here.
God damn it.
Okay.
Did you mean to open that?
Well, it's fine. The door's open.
Give me a moment here. Mhm.
Well
You
then.
can see that there are sizable cracks splitting the surface of the south and west wall, allowing the smoke of several small cooking fires to escape in this prep room. Several doors exit the room, but the two at the south end of the room have been blocked by waist-high heaps of debris. But moreover, you can see that there seem to be 4 people in this room that all seem to be on their knees, and it seems like there is just a massive amount of just purple and blue and orange and shifting energy that is just coming out of their neck, out of like the base of their collarbone. It's coming out of their mouth, their nose, their eyes, and their ears, and just forming a cloud in this room. It seems like it's
Maybe
seeping out slowly, but
Maybe it's just to close the door for a second.
okay, hold tight. Let me
Sorry.
finish my narrations before you cut me off, please.
Sorry.
I need from at this point. Let's see who's in line of sight of that one. I need Vanguard, Dekel, and Brothulu, all to give me a. Actually, I need to roll the damage versus the sanity attack.
I believe I get a +2 versus that. Oh no, not.
Oh,
not
no
attack,
no one's below a 7 in their highest mental trait, so you're fine. It's disturbing, but you don't take any there's no need for a roll.
What's going
Basically, some people that seem to be manifesting some odd clouds, and it's kind of horrific, as it seems like they're some sort of fuel for something.
Can I do a knowledge check?
You certainly can. Let me get to the section that talks about this. Pardon me, so I can tell you which one. Oh. Okay,
Imura
so
Senri, thank you for the follow.
you may go ahead and make a. Let's see, this would be a knowledge planes.
Okay.
Okay, you can see that they seem to be kind of willfully giving their like, it seems like it's very clearly that they're in some sort of state of both awake and dreaming. However, it seems like they're willfully giving their dreams up to basically add to the area. That seems like it's blending and actually turning into more of the yellow mist.
Ugh.
Are they wearing anything odd?
They are. You would see that they're all wearing some. Looks like they have a different amount of torn clothing that seems to be a mixture of both patient and orderly, as if that's been cobbled together and into a form of padded armor. Looks like they also have a crowbar in their hand, just like kind of in their lap, as well as looks like a bit of a club. But they look particularly dirty and stained by yellow.
What a phrase.
Hopefully.
Would I love playing smart characters because I get to just make assumptions about things. But would I know if no, I wouldn't. I don't think I would. Sorry. I'm putting 2 and 2 together right now, and I'm trying to figure out how I roleplay this. Or I think I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Yeah, Grick. Would I know if interrupting this would be a bad idea? Can I do
I'd say give me
check for that, maybe?
Yeah, if you want to give me a heal check, maybe,
A heal check?
Let's see.
or knowledge planes with a penalty if you would prefer that.
I mean, depending on the penalty,
Probably -5.
I think that's still better than my heal check, so I'll do the.
Yeah, by all means.
Oof, bad roll.
You're uncertain.
All right, I'm gonna go with my gut on this, and guys, it looks like they're creating more of this dream mist. Maybe they were cultists. Should probably put an end to this. It might be one of the reasons things are getting so wacky around here.
All right. Well, I can't necessarily see it, but if they're making the mist, we might want to try to attack them from range.
You can notice that your talking seems to have drawn the attention of a couple of them. They don't seem to make any effort to wake the others, who seem terribly alarmed. They definitely seem perturbed by your presence, as two of them kind of look over to you as another. They kind of, like, their eyes flutter as the mist seems to dissipate, and they just kind of look over at you.
Do I hear anything at all from out here? Because I fully didn't move my character, and I went on a phone call as I've been hanging out with the Vunith, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So, like, am I
anything?
hearing anything?
I mean, you're hearing them talk about it. Also, the dog would be following her.
We're not being quiet.
Yeah, I don't think I can move my character right now because the game's not paused anymore. Hell yeah. I mean, if you would allow, I'd like to go and investigate the sound of my friends.
Yeah, go for it. I just have my character just kind of guarding the door for you guys, so feel free to go past her.
I guess I'll just step up to the doorway and just be like, "What's going on in here?"
They kind of look over to you and just kind of with a bit of a head tilt as the last one seems to notice that more direct statement, as there seems to be 4 of them in here, 2 of them that are dressed kind of with the stained and yellow sort of outfits. The last of them the last 2 seem to be more definitely dressed like some very stained chefs. Look like they've probably been working to actually make the food, but they're just simply You went away. Hello again. Kind of giving you a very dreamy look.
Where have we met before? I don't seem to remember.
The other one, not the one that said it, just seems to tap her temple and just seems to kind of let a little... Just tilting her head and smirking at you, but it seems like they look at you like it definitely is insidious the way they look at you, but it doesn't seem like they're brandishing their crowbars just yet.
Are you the one that killed us all collectively in our sleep last time?
That kind of gets in the pause and just us. The girl looks back to him and just said, "They met the tattered man." And they all kind of, "The tattered man! The tattered man! He found you. Don't worry, it doesn't always kill you in your dreams. Well, it always kills you in your dreams, but the dreams don't always kill you."
Who is the tattered man?
They all kind of look, "Oh, who is the tattered man? Maybe it's you." And they all kind of giggle and just kind of, it definitely seems, like even the cook seemed less into it, but definitely into it. But it definitely seems like it's a bit deranged.
Why do they sound like they're on drugs?
Well, they're in an asylum and some kind of yellow gas all over the place.
What kind of magic is this anyways?
So are you guys patients or are you doctors?
Neither. We're the apostles.
Apostles.
That's ought to be good.
Yeah,
I think
turns
that means
around.
that they're patients.
Yeah, he turns around and he looks at you guys and he's like, "I think I found a few of the cultists."
The apostles to what?
Enorpiment.
Out of character, what does that word mean?
Yeah.
I suppose you could give me a roll if you like, but
You want
general int?
Yeah, I was about to say straight intelligence.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is that my roll?
That was. Crick Tracy, and actually, yeah, too, Seraphina too. You would know that basically is just a reference to yellow. It basically is referring to sulfuric yellow. So they're basically apostles in yellow. Feel free to apply your Lovecraftian lore.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like
God.
the whole time, like after hearing the recap, I was pretty stoked. I mean, praise Azeroth, dude. Like,
Oh no.
My Lovecraft lore is
we're
limited
just
to
gonna look down at
Bloodborne.
his yellow shirt. Let's see. I want to make a deception or a bluff here. Yeah, I just want to raise my disposition towards them, so... But I think this is a little bit more of a bluff. They don't have deception in this.
Yeah,
I'm
bluff
guessing
is deception.
Okay.
Bluff is. But what are you trying to... So the way I run it is just so that everyone can know that they always can run a honest or like a trustworthy or a lying or an intimidating character. It's just like, you wouldn't need to be a strong man to play a strong character. You can always roll the roll, and I won't penalize you for having no argument. Just tell me what you're trying to get across. Now, that being said, if you give me an argument, it's always that is always some form of modifier. If it's a really bad argument, I will penalize you just because it's like, okay, you might offend somebody that you don't know that offends them. But otherwise, it's like, but at the same time, there are plenty of times where I will give you a bonus. Like, if it's a really good argument, I will give you a bonus bigger than the DC, and then it won't even be a check. It's like, if you can make the right argument to some people, like Dekel can speak from experience, that like a lot of NPCs will just stand down if you're being reasonable to what
Fair
they
enough.
want, because it tells me what people want, so it makes it real easy to figure out how they'd respond to certain pushes.
He's gonna be like, well, if you couldn't tell, I'm an apostle of the same thing. Kind of like referring to his yellow trench coat here.
I had a feeling. They kind of walk forward and start kind of grabbing it. It's like, you're just so much better than mine. But still, you must have been doing it for years.
And for a little while now, I think. Care to help me out?
With what?
I'm looking for a particular room. I can't seem to remember. It's been a while since I've been back.
It's easy to forget, isn't it?
Sure is. Getting lost out there.
You could always make that your one wish. For your room, of course.
I'd rather save my wish for something more special. And he gives him a wink.
They kind of give you just like a knowing nod, like it makes you just made perfect sense.
The amount of fucking noir music that plays whenever this hobgoblin talks.
It's literally just a shape. It was like the cold steel that runs down my spine every night. I knew my life was changing that day. Just like, oh my god.
I dreamt of Paris again last night.
It was
I
raining
love
again.
that shit, man.
The hard rain.
I'm gonna play the LA Noir soundtrack. Hold up.
Yes.
You know what?
Perhaps, friend, you can show me where the records room is.
Hello, Lyrico. Welcome.
Records.
Be a room full of big cabinets, lots of paper.
You should ask the doctor. The doctor would know better.
Oh.
Where's the doctor?
In the most like unsettling way, as they all do it in the exact same time, they all raise their hand and point to the east.
Alright, thank you very much. And I'm going to attempt to close the door.
Yeah, you can close it early. They don't seem to stop that much. They just seem to.
And I'm going to walk back to the party and be like, well, that was horrifying. Looks like I just wanted to go a little bit further east.
I suppose.
You hear giggling coming from the cracks in the room.
I guess they found that amusing.
I wish I could say the same.
Does anybody have a good idea on how we're gonna get some of this food back to the others?
I have a bag. Can
True.
carry some of it.
I don't usually like to flex this too often, but I happen to be a dwarf, so I'll just carry it in my bag.
Ah,
Just load them up there.
Yeah, I'm definitely not putting that stuff in my pockets.
Well, I can purify it before.
that might take a while.
Yeah, I would say maybe wait till when you're back. Because when we're back, you can
Yeah.
purify it, then we cook it. Otherwise, we purify it and it rots again.
The whole time Olgren's just been doing stretching, just waiting to carry an entire buffet platter.
Well, you guys do
All while these cooks are like, what are you doing with the food we just made?
You're not eating it.
that. I'm offended.
You're not eating it as they're cooking a giant amount of food. Gee, I wonder, yeah, this is totally for us, guys.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I want to do... Can I do a perception next to the door and kind of just, like, listen?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to do that.
Give me a perception.
Hopefully I don't click it. Okay, we're good.
Also, fun fact.
Mhm.
I got some stuff today, and one of the things I got, I'm super excited for, my favorite energy drink, Balls Guarana. I have some right here in my hand.
Balls.
Nice.
Ooh.
Balls.
In a glass bottle with little bumps on the side, and it tastes amazing. Rick Tracy, you hear quite a bit of chatter coming from there. It sounds just like, I mean, what probably stands out about the chatter is a couple giggles, and then it just sounds like quite a few voices. With your roll, you're wagering somewhere around 24.
All right. I want to say this quietly to our man with no name. What was the name we decided to call you earlier? Last session? Didn't we decide on something?
We got attacked in the middle of deciding.
No, you did give a name because it meant something. And it was sort of somebody from some anime.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. It was Yosaru.
That wasn't exactly it, but it was. I've got it. Yoru.
Oh yeah.
Yaru. Yeah.
Yo.
Maybe it is Yoru. It's Gold Roger's sword, by the way. It's fucking badass. It's a katana with a basket hilt.
Nice.
It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
super
something you
simple,
don't
but I
hear,
love
dude.
it. So he's gonna whisper. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, we've got a lot of guests over in the next room. I don't think we should barge in, but maybe I could trick them by walking in there. But I might need you guys to be handy on the rescue. Things
Okay.
don't go well."
We'll back you up.
Gotcha.
Can I actually do a stealth and prep my bow and just kind of stand? I guess like, where's the damn ping? Ping?
Hold X and left click.
Hold X.
Yeah.
Hold X and left click.
Okay. I'd like to sneak and then go to here.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Does sneak need to be a secret roll? I forget.
I prefer to be, because then you don't know if you snuck well or if you stepped on something loud.
Right. Okay. So blind
Fish
GM.
crunch.
It's blind GM roll, right? For like totally
Yes,
secret.
blind gem means that then only I see it, you don't.
Okay.
Self roll, only you see it. I already have a way to force you to reveal
Stealth
it.
roll, baby.
Oh, we're all stealth rolling right now.
That one right there. Well, I
No.
mean, I am because I'm good at sneaking. That one right there. That's a nat 20 right there underneath that little damn veil.
Considering I'm right there, so
Y'all can't see it. That's what that is. I willed it into existence. That's Schrodinger's dice.
Maybe it is.
Both is
Oh,
and
boy.
isn't and at 20 at the same time.
I might have to stay back. My stealth is not very good.
I will
I'm just
be
gonna.
a statue on the wall. No pun intended.
Can that be a disguise check? No, I'm joking.
Actually, for the gargoyle, they actually they have a thing that just lets them pose as statues.
Really? That's
Yeah.
badass.
It,
But yeah.
it ends up being a proficiency, or I said proficiency, a bonus in stealth.
Oh, it's awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna post here, and I'm just gonna ready a shot for the first thing he attacks Grick if it happens whenever he opens the door.
Okay.
If that's a possible ready action.
Actually, just stand here and have a reach weapon out.
Anybody else want to stealth or anything?
I think I'm nervous about rolling a stealth with how low my stealth is.
You just
guess
be out
in
of line of
character,
sight.
He's just gonna give a questionable thumbs up before he goes into the door.
Yeah, nod.
Yeah, reassuring nod.
Cool. All right.
As you open up, you see just this kind of banquet hall of a lot of beds, but quite a few tables. As each of these tables have quite a few chairs, and you can see the little numbers are basically like the little divots are how many are usually seated there. You'll see different amounts. I don't have the
Okay.
marked.
Can I just move this in so I can see what you're talking about?
Go ahead and move in.
Oh, okay.
So you can't see. I don't have them all marked because I thought these were the ones that. But you can see a total of about. Doing a quick head count, you count 20 people. Most of them dressed in the same type of uniform, but it's clear they've been. With your roll, I'm not going to make you roll against a perception. I'm going to just give it to given your character that you realize that it's hard to tell which ones are actually the orderlies and the patients. It's clear that they've been intentionally. I mean, you'd probably see them doing it here, where they're intentionally tearing apart uniforms of both in order to form into new uniforms for their number, and so as if they're using that to craft their stuff and as well to get enough armor for everyone. Someone's getting a text. Let me see here. You can see quite a few barricades. It looks like they've set up over the other section, as it seems to be a gigantic space, but it looks like the village of a savage tribe. They have some burning braziers standing amid yellow tents and scrap structures, and there's portions of the western and northern walls have collapsed, but they seem to have assembled barricades to surround them. To the east, there are 2 sets of wide stairs that climb to the floor above, and around the stairs, there are about a dozen bodies hanging crucified upon the walls, dried crimson streaks below them, sacks cinched around their heads, and there's tendrils of yellow mist creeping through the entire space, wisps endlessly lapping and fondling the bizarre encampment. It is... But yes, whereas the mist came in really only through the door where it seemed like it was welcome, it seems to be coming in pretty forcefully through the cracks here, which you've seen cracks to the outside, but here it's just seeping in rather openly. Definitely a very unsettling sort of look, but you see as a couple of them seem to be keeping their distance, but it seems like they're picking up their eating utensils, particularly the sharp ones. They don't seem to be rushing you, but there's definitely a muttering between them. You'd like to try to...
I'd like to do a bluff roll. Just, I mean, I'm wearing the yellow, and I know my presence, generally speaking, is very intimidating because I'm a hobgoblin. So I just want to have a more friendly demeanor for these folks.
Yeah.
Give this to you. Hey.
So they don't seem to be... I mean, for one, they don't look like major brutes or like glassy-eyed like sociopaths, but they definitely seem to be kind of swayed a bit as they're looking, but definitely others look a bit uncertain. It seems like the ones that walk up that didn't hear quite as well seem ready to kind of take the place of the more uncertain ones. But at the same time, the one that you can see the picture of down there, a gentleman comes walking over who seems to be wearing just a doctor's robe, who makes a big showing of putting out his hands and just see, as far as just the good, more come to gaze beyond, to serve the orpiment. Welcome, friends, as he seems to be approaching you with open arms and empty hands. He seems to move past the uncertain ones with confidence.
Is there anybody in between at this point? Is there anybody in between us?
No, they're all staying about 25 feet back from you.
Yeah, Rick is also gonna like put his hands like in an open gesture and be like, "Hello, friend," and he's gonna do a nice toothy grin, despite knowing that's probably kind of scary looking.
Hobgoblin grinning is terrifying.
And to which he clasps your arm and he leans over and whispers very softly in your ear, "Just nod and follow me if you want to live."
And Crick does that. He nods.
Is anyone revealing themselves and following? Or are you gonna? But
can I?
oh, looks like some are coming in.
Yep.
The crowd definitely watches with bewilderment, but he just leads you over, gesturing past a couple people here as he's just kind of clasped on the shoulder and just gives them a reassuring nod before bringing you over to this door right here and opening it up.
I can't see shit.
You can't see shit? Oh, because we don't have the light source in here, and it's fairly... It's not supposed to be... Not supposed
I
to be
have dark vision, so...
Yeah, this room's not supposed to be pitch dark either. I forgot the lights for this one. I apologize. Let's get... There we go. She's illuminating now.
There we go.
But as you step in, you see that this is very clearly a hospital, well stocked. It looks like it's actually kept in good order, and it seems quite nice.
Nobody else has been attacked going through this room?
The people are watching you and staring at you, but it seems that once this doctor kind of spoke for you, they kind of seem to be backing off. Seems like they trust him at least.
I will stow my weapons so that I don't go in with a drawn bow. And I will break stealth and I will follow.
Okay. Yeah, if anyone wants to follow into the hospital, it's basically right here.
I refuse to split party, much less do I want to split party and leave this man alone with like 40 hostiles.
Come on,
Hey, I said 2 dozen, not 4 dozen, but...
Yeah. Even still, that's too many.
Regardless, it's appreciated.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't. You
and
get
yeah,
to
it's
be
also a
alone
bunch. It's a bunch of creepy, like horror cultists. Yeah, I don't think you really want to be alone in the room with them.
No.
But yeah, is everyone following him then? Because can I just move you guys up in there?
Yes.
Grab
Yeah,
me.
hold on.
Move me. Toss me.
Toss me. I cannot
Yes, I
make the
can.
jump. gonna have to toss me.
What?
Whereas I can't. Why can't I grab Vanguard?
No, you should be able to grab me. That's weird.
I just had to hit escape first. It was being.
She
finicky.
cannot jump the distance. You have to.
Right. Yeah, he closes the door and kind of just breathes a sigh of relief. Which, if you don't see, you guys should be able to see his picture, right?
Yeah.
He has a nice one. He looks nice.
He looks very normal. And he's got
Which
a
he-
nice little kitty mark there too.
So, did you see he has a cutie mark?
He's like a
Cutie
Oh.
mark is nice.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the, what in the My Little Pony?
mole,
I'm calling it a cutie mark
mole.
now. That's definitely a cutie mark to me, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, person.
Once you, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think Joseph got hacked.
Oh. So,
Joseph's asking me to try Temu.
no, that's him. That
Oh,
helped-
that's him?
That's him.
Okay.
It's just a shopping app. It's fine. I actually helped him out with that too. Helped him get some money for server. I don't want to put too much focus on that on stream, but
No,
yeah, that's him. He's fine.
Yes.
And it does help him out to do that. So if it's not a terrible app, it's just I don't use it.
Just remove it afterwards because ads.
Unless you really
Yeah,
want a
ad
lot of
blocker.
push notifications. Well, it's a cell phone app, so it's like it's just a shit ton of push notifications if you don't.
Ooh.
Fair.
Alright, in defense of the Topo Chico hard seltzers, the hibiscus lime is pretty tasty.
I like anything hibiscus. Like me and Seth had a really good hibiscus. What was it? Hibiscus dragon fruit at a bubble tea place. That was all right.
Sounds delicious.
So he comes over to shake each of your hands as he seems rather glad to see you all. And it's just I'd like to say good evening, but as good as it could be. My name's Dr. Ren Elborn.
No, doctor.
As he goes, giving each of you a nod and just, I don't know what precisely you're doing here, but I suppose if you'd like, I could start first and explain at least what I can, answer what questions I can.
That would be
Yeah, why
wonderful.
don't we?
Let's start with what the hell is going on in this place right now. What's
Well,
your
I've
setup here?
I managed to secure Xandalus's tolerance, if not really his trust entirely, because anyone who gets wounded in his little group, I take care of here in my little corner hospital, as I'm calling it. Although it's nonstop work, and if I'm asleep for longer than a couple hours, they act like I'm doing some great sin. But I've been hoping for some sort of opening to get out of this area because they're very possessive of me now. But
Who's Xandalus?
he's this lot's leader. He's the one responsible for all this. I hear he used to just be a quiet artist. He had bad dreams, and I don't know how else to really explain it, but then he somehow figured out some way to unleash his dreams. He convinced a bunch of patients that he's some sort of prophet and that he can lead them to the land of dreams for paradise and utopia. And that was enough to start a riot. And soon after, those strange mists rose outside, and there was an earthquake, and much of the asylum fell apart, and we've been trapped here ever since.
Can I do a sense motive?
Yeah.
Just want to vibe check this guy, make sure he's like on the level. Is that a public roll?
You can do a public roll, it's fine.
I'd like to do it as well, but I'm gonna do it.
By all means.
All of us.
Vibe check.
But otherwise, he just
That's
explains
a
that he
nat
was...
20 sense motive.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
realize how high my sense motive was.
Wisdom is a hell of a drug.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
I would say... Let's see. Shit. Yaru?
There's
No,
my
not
sense
Yaru.
motive.
Yaru.
Yoda?
Yaru. Yaru, yours is... You're uncertain. And Gronk, yeah, you're uncertain as well. But you, Grick and Serafina, you're feeling like, like he's at least on the level, and like he seems very grateful for you to be here. Ogrim, you're sensing that he feels... I mean, I don't know if we ever decided, not that I use alignments a ton, but you're definitely feeling like this guy is one who's definitely got the best interests of people at heart. He definitely seems like on the goodly scale of things, and like that you feel like this is a good man. Probably just like it seems that he's probably done some whatever he had to stay alive in this cult, but you're getting the sense he doesn't get his hands dirty in anything untoward.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Otherwise, he also explains that he actually only started working here about a week ago, and was excited since he was brought in as a doctor of the diseases of the mind, and so it's hard to believe that he was so excited about working here now. But
I was about to say, you should be like a kid in a candy shop, considering.
I suppose you recognize any of us? I don't know if you worked with any patients.
I mean, I did, but they started me off on some of the more dangerous ones, such as Xandalis and where is the Agralumis? Yeah, she killed 9 men in Rosenport over 40 years ago. Call her the Bag Lady. She wraps her victims' faces up in bags, and she's one of Xandalis's favorites.
Wait a minute. I keep going. I'll bring it up later.
Okay.
Sorry.
Greg's gonna be like, well, I was gonna come to you to see if I could find the records room to have a better understanding of what's going on here, but I think you clarified quite a bit.
Yeah, if you have other questions about it, other mysteries of it, I'll answer what I know. Being in the midst of this. Otherwise, if you're looking for your records, you'd probably want to find the administrator's office. It's a bit south of here, I'm afraid, but we have issues going south.
What's,
down there.
What's the issue south? Yeah.
There's a bit of a nightmare just south of here. If you'd like, you could probably ingratiate yourself with quite a few of the people if you took care of it. It's a he sighs and gets a really dark look in his eyes as it's like there was a child. Unfortunately, when children die in such horrific settings with evil afoot, terrible things can occur to their spirits.
What kind of terrible things are we talking here?
I wish I knew how to describe it. It's some form of madness meets undead.
Yeah, we did have to deal with a lot of undead, actually, just to get to this point. A lot of ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can thank the Tattered Man for that. It seems that what the apostles are saying is that if he kills you in your dreams, he reveals what you really are. Sometimes that's a corpse, and sometimes it's something worse. And so everyone's terrified of sleeping and fearing the nightmares, and then some are saying that the Tattered Man works for Xandalis. So a lot of people don't defy him because they're afraid he'll send his dream assassin after you once sleeping catches you.
Yeah,
What's that?
we actually had a little run-in with the Tattered Man in our dreams before, too.
Did he get his hands on you?
Did he get his hands on us? He killed
Thematically,
himself.
all of you, yeah, thematically, even those of you who came in late, you would have been killed by the Tattered Man. Yes.
Yeah, we were all killed by him in our sleep.
He got hands on us for sure.
Yeah.
Kind of he raises an eyebrow at you guys and just, really? Anyone that has died... Do you mind if I try something? I don't mean it in any hostile form. But he pulls out looks like a scalpel, but he actually flips it around to the handle side as he's holding the blade in his hand.
Yeah, what's
I'll hold my hand out.
To which is he just, even on one of you, he just probably, like, he tries it on two of you as he just puts the baseline of the handle to it. And then you realize that the scalpel he's holding is not silver, but mithril, as he seems to be tapping it on and just okay. And he tries it again on Yarrow, and it's like, you don't seem to be, it doesn't harm them, but it does distend a certain way under mithril. And so it's like, at first I thought maybe you were some of the what are they called? Not changelings.
the doppelgangers?
He seems doppelgangers. That's the word. But they tend to, their skin looks a little interesting when you press on it with the softness of the mithril. But doesn't seem to be on yours, which means somehow you avoided it, or the theory's wrong. Some of the cultists are choosing to actively do it. Well, what I just explained to you, that when you die to the Tattered Man, your real self is revealed, but it's never Like he gestures to himself, your real self. It's always as he
Yes.
gestures like one of yes.
Well, we all woke up
I thought
in
you
the
meant
basement.
another theory.
We had been left for dead.
Interesting. Like down the chute dead?
Yes.
Hmm. It's interesting you recovered because almost no one is put down. They usually take an effort to ensure that those that go down the chute are a certain level of wounded.
We all woke up fine somehow. Not entirely sure how we got here in the first place, to be quite honest with you. That's why we're asking if you recognized us at all. Hoping we could get some clarification on that.
To which he just kind of shakes his head.
So does this
Not one of us?
Zan guy answer to anybody else? Does he speak of anybody besides the tattered man, or?
Fortunately, he's foretells a coming of a great change, but nothing more than that. He says that most of the people that are following are just scared former patients that need treatment, or the orderlies scared into being them themselves. But I haven't heard anything of someone coming for him.
Does he talk of what would cause this great change?
I mean, he said that they're leading them into the realm of dreams, which is why they're tapping into this yellow fog. Seems to be spillover from whatever dreams he's painting this reality out of. But if he's dreaming of this, it all seems, the only things that seem to live and function, none of it's really what you would expect from a dream. It all seems to be just the nightmares seem to be able to live. The dreams, once in a while, you may see a figment, but they don't seem to last.
I've seen a creature of the dream world nearby.
Oh?
What's it called?
Whatever this is seems to be spilling directly over into the plains.
Out of character, what was it called?
A Vunith.
Ah, yes, the Vunith.
Know much about the realm of dreams, but that follows. I've seen some absolutely horrific things moving through the windows. Not through them, but as I looked out the windows. But I do know that there's been a recurring dream theme of
What's that?
bleak skies where this mist isn't so close that it seems as if it's flying high overhead, as if it's overtaken the entirety of the sky, and an empty city. It's said that they're very populated. And from what I know, that's what Xandalus said in the first interview I had with him, and that's what he described his dreams to always be of. And so it seems as if he's somehow cast everyone into his own dream.
Well, that's disturbing.
Do you?
What's my intelligence before I make this shot in the dark?
I don't know.
Nah, I'm thinking out loud. Let's see, what do I have for intelligence? Oh, I'm actually smart.
You're not the himbo this time, dude.
I'm not playing a himbo this time. Are we certain of what plane we're actually in?
I mean, I suppose that's the question. Maybe we are actually just in his dream, and we thought we were in another dream.
Well, planes are strange, right? I mean, I don't know
Very
much of
much so.
them, but it wouldn't be too far out of the question given what's already happened to us to assume that if he's strong enough to make his dreams become real, what's to say he couldn't pull other things into his dream? Or what's to say that by happenstance we were all sleeping and then got bled in? I mean, much like the Vunith out there, like how did he get here? Like it has to be some kind of a pull.
And I think he's affecting just people in general,
What do you mean?
changing them.
Well, yeah, I spoke of that.
He's the
If
one
the
that's...
tat-
Sorry, go ahead.
If the tattered man kills you in your dreams when you fall asleep, it's said that your real self comes free.
Is Vandalus
It
the
seems
one
to be a monster.
that... People have been speaking of granting wishes.
That's the tattered man.
Oh.
If the cultist is speaking of that you, in order to have your wish granted, they say you must fall asleep, wait for him to find you, and then present your neck, and then tell him your wish.
I see.
A willing sacrifice.
Seems that he's more willing to grant that of those that ask of such for him. It doesn't seem to be whatever you wish. It seems to be very related to bringing out whatever you are in a certain flavor of terrible.
Yes, we've
Do you
seen a few.
Do you think that happened to the, I'm just gonna air quote, doctor down there?
Yes.
Doctor.
Not really, doctor?
She was one of the patients. The guard spoke of her. I forget the name. She thought she was a doctor. She wanted to be one. And now she, well, can take the form of one.
He actually would. I need to double check and take a peek at it myself. Actually, no, I don't, because I have her in the thing. Eleni Skaney. But he would mention that. Are you speaking of Eleni? Because I haven't seen her since this all kicked off.
Yes,
Mhm.
she was there in the basement when we awoke. Unfortunately, torturing a poor man to death.
Where she just kind of pulls out a handkerchief and kind of holds it over his mouth and just. That's a shame. She was actually, apart from a few problems, but with a little bit of medication, she was decent.
She seemed to think she was doing medicine. There, she had no idea.
Does she still live? Maybe we can.
Yes.
Having one that can speak to the madness is useful.
As far as I know, she was.
We actually happen to have a whole encampment southwest of here.
Yes, there was
I've
another.
heard some of the apostles mention about that. They don't see that encampment fondly, but they're also not waging war on them. But they do see them as a potential problem for food and supplies.
There was another that was changed into one of the doppelgangers, but seems to have awoken, at least mentally, from whatever they did, as another of the doppelgangers was torturing him.
Interesting. I would be keen to meet either of these if possible. I do have something to ask of you if you would consider it, though.
Yes.
Something a little more to the point. Up the stairs outside. Out of character, you guys don't. I know this looks like the stairs come from his hospital. They actually don't. That's actually just it going around.
Okay.
Took me a while to figure out what exactly this was looking at. But he gestures out to those two stairways. Both go upstairs into different sections, and there's a bit of a maze of the mist, and so it's hard to see through as the mist is very strong up there. And it's very difficult to see where you're going. I.e., out of character, your vision is exceptionally short because you're always walking through a fog cloud.
Wonderful.
But somewhere up there Xandalus sits. But the thing is even if you were strong enough to take out some of his guards, there's an army of them. They're going to yell, they're going to shout down here. And even if you could beat them all, Xandalus is still locked away somewhere in that fog and could easily slip away.
Yes.
So, it seems to me that the only way to get to Xandalus safely is to get rid of the mist, and I think I know where to direct you. Xandalus calls most of his devoted acolytes his Oneirogens. Most stay locked away with him upstairs, where he is now, as he points upstairs. I don't know what he does up there, but I think he's alone. If you got... Or, excuse me, I jumped ahead. Upstairs, but I think there's one that he placed in the northwestern tower. I think that he's been treed by some ghouls, and otherwise, I think he's alone. If you got to him, you could probably wring out some of Xandalus's secrets out of him. Potentially even learning how to get rid of the mist. And then once it's gone, what you do about Xandalus will be up to you.
Right.
I even have
a lot of issues.
I have some things that might help you on that front as well. As he walks over to a medicine cabinet and pulls out 2 potions. And then he holds up a wand. It's like, this will be your payment if you help me with Xandalus, because this needs to end. It's only getting worse. And this is a wand of Cure Light Wounds. It's nearly full. And then I have here a potion of Cure Moderate Wounds and a potion of Remove Disease, and he holds those out to you now. The wand stays with me until the deed is done.
Okay.
I guess
Can
don't
I-
take potions.
Can I ask a few questions?
By all means.
First things first, that doctor who was torturing the other doppelganger, Do you know anything about these acupuncture needles?
May I see?
She's just gonna take them out and hold them. They were from Dr. Ostay's patient?
Dr. Othe was one of the doctors of this place. She was particularly unkind to the patients. I was not a fan. I have no idea what that is,
Yes, they were
other
using
than
them.
potentially acupuncture.
They
I'm
seem
guessing it was
to-
used for more than that.
They seem to stop or slow the ability of the other one to change.
They are made of mithril, as he taps the scalpel he set back down. So that does track.
Huh.
Mithril seems to have an effect on them.
He couldn't heal until
about-
we removed them.
Interesting.
Do you happen to know the
Hey, BRB.
Okay.
no problem. The bag lady. Didn't we see out of character, didn't we see those hanging bodies with bags over their heads?
Yeah, just outside of the door here. Like literally, if you open the door, there's some. They're like literally right here.
Yeah, that was like legit. I'm like, okay, she's around here somewhere, isn't she?
Basically, there and they're there, and so and
Okay.
he's like, yes, she is very much.
And just one final question. Do you know what happened to him? And I'm just pointing at Ochagos.
I have no clue what that is, other than some form of dog. But I don't think we had a dog here before.
He's
It
quite
just kind of
nice.
yips. It just kind of yips and warbles at him.
Edward.
Oh no.
You said it was a potion of cure light wounds and a potion of
Cure moderate ones.
Oh, it was cure moderate wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Awesome. And then a potion of what was the other one?
The other one is, I think, remove disease. Let me double check. Remove disease. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
totally just didn't leave the water on outside for 12 hours today.
Yikes.
Oh no!
Well, at least things are well watered.
Very well watered.
Doctor, I hate to ask more, but do you have regular medical supplies that we might take back to the others?
He kind of sighs and looks about, and he's like, I could potentially.
Anything you could spare? There's people over there that need attention. Actually, you said you
Okay,
wanted to
which-
speak to someone if you do want to go over
I-
there.
He pauses. They would not let me leave. That would be the quickest way to see them riot.
Fair.
If you have somewhere to hide it, is he pulls out a medical kit and behind one of the cabinets and just pulls it out. This one's still full. I haven't used it yet. Don't waste it, as I only have 2, and the other one I've already tapped.
Understand.
Because if they realize I run out, then they're probably gonna know that something happened to the first.
Right.
I happen to remember seeing some stairs to the west of here. Do you think that could get us closer to this person you want us to
That's
maybe
probably
wring
the
information out of?
That should be the way up to the tower. Yes.
Excellent.
The normal way you'd have to. He kind of glances and looks at your gargoyle. Your gargoyle could probably fly up the normal way, but both staircases go to the same place.
Right. Well, I suppose we should start heading back that way then.
Sorry, I was looking at something else really quick, but he was mentioning that room that I was in with the broken stairwell. You said.
Yes. So they're at the top of that tower, basically.
Hey, if any of y'all have rope, I could fly up there and tie the rope, and we could all climb up. Well, I say we. I don't need to, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I have.
I have got some rope.
No, you do not have rope.
So it's useful having a dwarf around.
He kind of pauses, like, did something happen to the staircase up, or?
It was broken, I guess.
Right, but there's 2. As he holds up a finger. There's 2
Oh,
fingers.
okay. I guess we didn't see the other one.
I suppose that's why you're a doctor, and just kind of like nudging him.
Like, you're welcome to fly up. I just thought, you know, the dangers involved with that versus stairs. I suppose people die on stairs too. He just kind of rubs his chin.
Around here, there's dangers everywhere.
Olgrim
think
really
it's nuts.
considers how dangerous it would be, but how awesome it would be to just have like Gronk hold the rope, and then I also hold onto the rope and just have him fly straight up.
I mean, how many people can carry?
Probably a lot. He's got high strength, if I remember right. Grika's gonna be like, earlier you had mentioned a problem with a little bit of a nightmare down south. If you think we took care of that problem, Zam would see us in a little bit better light.
I believe that the apostles would probably give you more of the time of day and some freedom to move about their positions. Yes.
I'm guessing Zan rarely comes down to see them.
He talks well enough, but he doesn't help them out as much, if that makes sense.
I have a
I just
question.
wonder why
and
they call him.
I don't mean to necessarily
Tree?
be harsh. I just want to be straight. Why do we care what these cultists do?
I
Well,
don't understand.
Well, I mean, they're being manipulated by some guy with his dreamscape, right? So, like, why do we care what they're doing?
They could impede us from doing what we need to do.
They are
do you
innocent
remember
people being
when we woke
manipulated.
up? Yeah, do you remember when we
Potential
woke
allies?
up and one of them was literally slicing a dude up?
No.
Oh, well, yeah, that's
Oh.
why they could really cause some havoc, man.
Plus,
Okay.
like the doctor.
Like I said, I wasn't trying to be coarse as much as it was. I'm genuinely asking, like, what purpose did they give to us? This is a lot of resource.
Sure.
Like the doctor said, these were all just people before whatever madness took this place.
And even so, it's better to have potential allies, or at least somewhat allies.
Especially ones that could get us to our end goal.
Just not convinced if they will.
Maybe not, but we probably don't want to fight all of them at once.
No.
Let's see if we can get up that tower. We'll save helping these guys out with their nightmares a plan B.
Well, I'm here to help them with a nightmare. I mean, I feel like that nightmare will be our problem regardless. I just wanted to see.
I mean, the nightmare itself is a child. It is still the spirit of a child. He seems a little kind of aghast that you're.
It's a haunting, right? Something along those lines?
A creature.
Creature.
As I said, a mixture of madness and undeath.
What happened?
From what I know, there were two boys that were in our encampment, and they were set upon by ghouls. A good portion of our number, as much as they follow, occasionally turn into the ghouls when they die in their sleep, and unfortunately a trio of them turned on the boys. As far as we could tell, one of them was eaten whole, and the other was alive shortly and then died.
It's horrible.
At this point, Vanguard, because you were not here for it, so as a reminder, remember when I said that you helped heal? One of you did heal a young boy that was ravaged by ghouls, and was at that one there was a bit of roleplay that happened with that one of the other survivors in the other camp was staring at you while you did it.
Really?
Yes, there was a 19, 20-year-old lady dressed in a patient gown that was staring at you as you healed them and seemed really intensely staring, and no one figured out why.
I made assumptions.
Yes, people made assumptions and theories.
Well, can I ask about the assumptions?
You could, in character.
True. They're very true.
I
No,
don't
I
say
no,
that.
no, I like it. I like that answer. They're back in the encampment. I did help heal a young boy that was hurt by the ghouls.
Which he raises an eyebrow, so I don't remember too many young kids. If you happen to remember his name, which any character, not a character I know you ever really got it, so I'm literally scrolling back to grab it for you now.
No, you're good.
Your captain. Oh my goodness. like I'm somehow passing and just staring you directly in the face. Give me this.
Take your time.
Oh, yep, there we are. Okay, so... There he is. Brenton Leekland.
Brenton Lakeland?
Yes.
His name was Brenton Lakeland?
Get back to where I was now for you. Okay. To which I should have looked like those. To which he pauses and then he actually looks and like, one of the brothers was Devis Leekland. It seems that the boy that we assumed was eaten whole was actually somehow escaped.
What?
Would it be possible to, I don't know, exercise or undo this horror? They knew that their sibling was actually alive.
I wish I knew more about undead. I'm uncertain.
Did I roll a... Let's see, do I have a religion check? Wait a second.
Yeah.
Religion, planes.
Be
Would it be
knowledge
religion or planes?
Actually, come to think of it, if you manage to just clear that one too, the nurse's station is right near where he is. I mean, there are some apostles on the far side of it, but
There
there's
we
also the library, which could potentially assist you if you're looking for information. That's on the far side of that as well. But the nurse's station, which he'll point out to you as he would give you directions to it, which is actually quite simple. If you want to look at the, he basically would say it's on the other side of the wall right there. You have to go around, but that would have plenty of medical kits and other supplies. But yeah, if you want to give me, oh, you did it. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. The way he describes it, and you'd probably have to kind of ply him for some more descriptions of what it looks like if he's seen it. And he would describe it as it seems to be a little skeleton of a kid, but it seems to have taken the skull of a dog. But then it seems to have closed itself in what seem to be drawings. Which, as he describes that, you realize that he's describing an attic whisperer. That's a little actually helpful to you, because attic whisperers are basically plagued by some madness and some terror, but they're also one of the more sentient, if you can get through to them. They have an aura of sobs that basically will, basically paralyze you with basically sadness and just terror at seeing it. Probably a lot of sanity damage if it hits you. But if you can break through to their personality, you usually can actually talk to them. Problem is, they regress very quickly without something reminding them. The big downside of most of them is that when they're killed, the spirit's not released; they're usually destroyed. So it's better seen to leave them alive until you can resurrect them, or be okay with destroying the spirit, which is really bad.
The only way to free them is to resurrect them?
Pretty much, because if you destroy the undead, the spirit's actually destroyed.
Jesus Christ, that is a fate worse than death.
We all know this now?
If she shares it.
I was about to. Don't
Oh,
worry.
I'm sorry.
That sounds like an attic whisperer. So they're basically undead that are just filled with sadness, and they can really, really mess you up in your head with sharing their own sadness. Apparently, we can talk to it and bring it back to what it originally was, but it'll be really hard to keep it like that. But the only problem is that if we kill it, the little boy's soul is gone forever.
Well, the boy's already dead, right?
That's a different
You don't
thing.
understand. He doesn't go to Pharasma or anything. He just disappears.
Oh.
As if he never existed in the first place. Apparently, only resurrecting them can really cure them, but I don't have enough power to do that.
We'd have
Well,
to get out of this place.
More time,
perhaps
Nickel?
we can try to talk to it, and if talking doesn't work, then we always got our plan B.
Doctor, what was the young boy's name?
Devis.
Devis, like when. Do you happen to know anything about him? Like maybe things he liked, or if he has family here?
I know that when I saw him, he always was clutching this. Devis was a young boy that was from a darker area of the world, known as the Darklands. And there's a certain type of lantern called a shadow lantern that they use down there that basically illuminates darkness. And he had one that I know was a possession of his parents. We didn't find it when he died. I imagine that it was the last remnants of his parents, and he clutched onto it very dearly. I remember the other boy loved his toys. He was a bit younger. Devis was the older brother.
We may need to speak to his brother. He was with him. He might know where it is.
I would say all of you know that the younger brother was holding a broken lantern.
That's right. I
remember you just.
Well.
Sounds like we might have a rendezvous back with the encampment.
Yeah, if we want to get through to this spirit, maybe calm it down long enough for us to do what we need to.
Otherwise,
Doctor.
Vanguard, what you would know for the Attic Whisperers, I know you're worried about what you do with it, but generally the general rule of thumb with an Attic Whisperer is you attach it to somebody that they trust, or once you've broken through, really anybody who's willing to, and they kind of just become basically a leadership cohort, because they basically just follow that person around until they can get either cured or that's just their life.
Oh.
Because it's like, they keep in mind the whole thing was they forget until they're left alone and then they regress. So as long as you attach them to somebody who can keep them aware, they're not going to regress. Basically, you have to just...
That is very
Creepy.
valuable information. No, it checks out with a lot of ghost stories I know in real life.
Basically, if you keep the ghost happy and attached to you, it doesn't go murderous.
Doc, there's no chance you happen to have any access to your resurrection, would you?
I wish. If I did, I would have been using it on the boy.
What
Right.
level do I even learn res?
Very high power spell.
I mean, there are some lower level ones that can sometimes function. I'd be a bit low to use a reincarnate on a young boy, but...
Right.
But reincarnate, not resurrect?
That's a different spell.
Reincarnate technically would work on such undead in most cases. I don't know about this one. Seems that you know more than I do. But it puts them in a randomly aged body, and with a young kid that can be jarring. Steal a lot of... I get that you bring them back to life, but not ideal. But reincarnate is usually cheaper and easier to learn.
Right. But the resurrection would be preferred.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Why do I have 3 daylight spells?
Sounds like your spellic abilities.
That was weird.
Yeah, wherever you want to go first.
Tower.
Okay, going to the tower. If you'd like, I can drag you guys over there a little easier.
Yeah,
Sort of
That's great.
that'd be nice.
It's a level 7 spell.
You've been through all these rooms. It's not that big of a deal. We're just going to...
Whee!
Oh boy, I have a bot. Get out of here, bot.
Oh no.
Oh, the doctor came with. No, he didn't.
Doctor, hello!
Oh, thanks for coming with us, Doctor. You've been great company. I hear a lot of rioting to the east, but yeah, it's all good.
As he's just walking along with you, just a hand grabs him by the neck and drags him back. Just,
Yeah,
right. Right.
It's like a cane. All those old timey shows.
Oh, yep. So we get the hook. But yeah,
So these were the stairs I was talking about earlier. Those are the ones that go up to the tower.
correct.
Cool.
Okay.
The bot been booted.
What was that dude's name again? That we're trying to find? It was a weird one.
It was. Hold on, I wrote it all down.
Not Zan's, but the dude we're about to shake down.
Oh, he was called. They were titled as an Oniris, I think, or an Onira. Let me see. Onirigen.
Onirigen.
Neirogen.
Oni Rogan.
That might be the better one. They don't give me a pronunciation on that one, so I don't know. Like that might be it.
Oni Rogan is actually the guy that's haunting Joe Rogan.
Right.
Yeah.
He lives in his weed.
Yeah, so if you guys want to traverse upstairs,
Let's go.
do you want to do anything for going upstairs? I.e., is anyone stealthing, or should I just put you up
I
there?
will stealth. Are these stone stairs?
I will
Yes,
love to stealth.
downstairs.
I will try and stealth.
I will stealth, and I'll also request that I go up first since I have stone cutting.
I do need to go to the bathroom again, so give me a sec. But feel free to roll your stealths
Sure.
now, please.
I will
Go
stealth
ahead.
poorly. Somewhere in the back.
Ugh, you and me both.
Oops.
Deckle, I cannot wait until I have 20,000 channel points. I don't know what it does, but I want to redeem it.
I will be right next to the dwarf.
Well,
Probably turn my halo off.
no one's tried.
Also, my food is here, so I've rolled my stealth roll, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I need food.
I still have a half a sandwich.
There's pulled pork, but I don't want to get up.
Tell somebody to just toss it into your mouth.
I ate all of Mars's ice cream a few minutes ago.
Why would you
Oh
do that?
no!
Because I was hungry. My tummy had the remblies that only ice cream could satisfy.
I can't believe that video is 10 years old.
The new video you put out, shitting on YouTube, was great.
I just hope you don't mind if Mars's tummy's rumbles only for hands, specifically yours.
Hands. Well, like, ice cream and yogurt's the only thing Mars can eat right now, and I was just like, ooh, ice cream, and I ate it. Mars has yogurt, though.
I know, I just wanted to make a reference to that video.
What about mashed potatoes?
Nothing warm, and cold mashed potatoes are freaking nasty.
No, they're
Wait, are we allowed to
delicious,
curse
dude.
here? They're fucking
Excuse me?
nasty.
Cold mashed
You went
potatoes are
full
fucking
fine.
delicious.
Blech.
Warm mashed potatoes. Warm.
It depends.
Okay, what about potato salad? That's cold, right?
Gross.
It depends on the
Something called
consistency
potato
of the potatoes to me.
Now I want a baked potato.
We have
Damn it.
powdered mashed potatoes.
Ew.
I
Yeah,
forget those were a
exactly.
thing.
That's nasty,
Yo.
no matter if
Yo, we
Yeah, that's
found
just
a,
nasty all the time.
We found
Yeah.
a really good brand of it at the local grocery store, like really good.
Let me correct
I'm
you,
back.
you didn't. They're
It's like the
fucking
creamy corn
powdered
of
mashed
potatoes.
An abomination.
We love it.
You see, saying cream corn is a bad thing doesn't work for people from Texas.
I am from Texas.
I love cream corn.
Depends on how you cream it.
Yeah, I'm talking about like Pit Barbecue restaurant cream corn.
Oh no, that's a whole different level.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the shit you get from the supermarket.
Okay, I got you.
Well, I was back, and I just dumped my dipping sauce all over myself, so I'll be right back.
Okay, good job.
Nice work.
Goblin's just gonna dip out.
Dun-dun-dun. Why in God's name are chrysanthemums so hard to draw?
Interesting.
I'm designing another tattoo, and I want to use the chrysanthemums because they're really, really prominent near to Zumi. The problem is they're really complicated to draw,
Because they have lots and lots of petals.
and the petals go inward in a weird way. Here, let me show you guys the.
My next tattoo is gonna be a Bobby Hill saying, "Get back! I don't know you."
I don't know you. I still say he's the best character on the entire series.
Chrysanthemum is the royal seal of Japan.
It is. Here, I'll post it in here. There you go. Really proud of that koi tattoo I made.
I actually know personally that Mike Judge, the creator.
You know Mike Judge?
Mm-hmm.
Why? How?
How did
His
you find
daughter.
meet him?
His daughter went to high school with me in my graduating class.
Damn.
Small world.
Pretty cool.
Yee.
I'm back.
Hello.
So Stormy just,
Also,
you know, casually dropped that he knows Mike Judge.
What?
Yeah, I know him through his daughter, who was in my graduating class in high school. She's actually about to graduate from Harvard with her PhD in archaeology.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Mike Judge? I feel like I'm.
I took film class, like film editing, for like 2 years in high school, and he dropped by for a few like sessions.
Oh, that's all. Just a quick drop by fucking Mike Judge. It's fine.
Right?
I mean,
it's cool,
I
you
got to
say.
take I got to take an
Yeah.
animation class from a Disney animator who worked on The Lion King and Lilo and Stitch.
Nice. That's
That's
actually
also
really cool.
badass.
I can actually attest to the rumor about the SEX thing in Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently the special effects people were feeling like really not given enough credit. So someone decided to make the petals when Simba kind of slumps over the cliff and he sends those petals to start flying towards Rafiki. Apparently he meant to make the petals spell out EFX in like one blurred what was it called? Smear screen. But it ended up looking like SEX.
Oh,
Yeah, it was supposed to be EFX.
Why
But the
EFX?
dumbass. Oh, we were talking about weird, famous people we know, and I took a animation class with someone who worked on The Lion King and Lilo and Stitch. And there's this whole thing of like, oh my god, The Lion King has the word sex hidden into it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
It's supposed to be for
this-
the effects team.
Yep.
Just
To
an
be fair,
Easter
I
egg.
still can't see it. I will say though, drawing and animating like special effects is super fun, especially smoke.
Neat.
All right. So, moving upstairs. Stealthily.
Mm-hmm. I'll be sneaking and stone cunning my way up.
Am I dead yet? Am I dead yet? Am I dead yet?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
One of these times she's gonna say yes.
I mean, that's, I'll have earned it.
I'll be right next to the dwarf because you saw my roll.
Okay, so as you are moving up, we'll move you over here. I'll have to move you onto it so you guys know where you're coming up at least. Who is leading the pack going up? They can't
Gabbo.
fit you all into where?
The dwarf,
dwarf?
and hobgoblin. Because the dwarf is doing dwarf shit and I'm basically Batman right now.
I'm Batman.
So, I need to move something out because I forgot these ones aren't actual tokens, but we'll put you there. Put Tracy there. The rest of you gonna see. Let me make sure there's a wall up there. Oh, there's not. I don't wanna. Okay. I didn't do that in this version of it. Fun fact about this map: I literally was making all the shadow maps for this map by hand before session, and then I had forgotten that I already did it, and so I had another map of it. I was like, wait a second. And it was pretty funny.
Hold on a fucking second here.
Okay, this felt familiar. Yeah, and the one I made here is much cleaner. But
You have a wave of nostalgia go over you.
I'm just gonna move the rest of you outside of it. You're not here yet. You're not gonna see much. You're not actually in it yet, but then you're at least on the map. Goblin dog. Serafina. Okay, is everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you move up, you go up and you see this gentleman that's dressed in kind of reddish clothes, but he has like what looks like yellow accoutrement, and he just seems to be billowing yellow mist coming out of his mouth. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you.
Exciting.
Put it in the notes. But he seems to kind of look over to you and just this like doesn't seem to say anything, but just kind of as he's looking your direction.
You did that too well, Cursive.
So he's looking at me.
Yes, he definitely hears you coming up. You see waiting and looking at you, but you're getting the feeling that he doesn't look pleased that you're up here.
Well, my jig is up at least, so I'm just gonna stand up and begin entering the room. Maybe try to like greet him and like in a disarming way, but like hello.
Let me get a see. It might actually be in a later bestiary. 1 second. Let me see if I got the higher bestiary. Oh, no, they're not listed here. What the? Did I have? Oh, that's irritating. All right, so
Oni Rogan.
There are 2 people pulled over in front of my house.
what? Oh my god, I do actually have it in the bestiary. Holy shit! Look.
Is that what he looks like right now?
No, that's the symbol for an outsider.
Oh, okay.
I posted what he looked like in the
Oh.
notes. You can see what he looks like. But yeah, as you start moving up in, he seems to be moving towards you, and that's going to put us into combat.
Uh-oh.
Because he is not happy to see you. So we're gonna.
Does he happen to see me?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, the amount of stealth I should have actually put in.
So I need everybody here. Let me get you all added. I'll just select you all and just whoosh. There you go. Now you're all on the potential encounter.
Watch out, Teddy.
I just need to roll initiative.
Yes, please.
Alright.
Me too.
You know what's fun when I'm not streaming? I can go turn on at all costs, which is like my favorite battle music.
Excuse me.
Hey. Kind of a waste, but still, hey.
I got it. I'm just a tiny ball of light.
I'm just a tiny ball of darkness.
There we go. Public. There we go.
Tell me, what is the order after Grick? Who would be right behind Grick? Who would be behind, like... I need you guys to...
3 people rolled nat 20s, so...
No. I'm talking marching order. I don't care about your...
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'd probably going up 3rd or 4th. Whoever's...
Okay.
No, I'm definitely in the back.
Okay.
In the very far back, or...
Very far back.
Okay. Guess I'll be right by you then, since I usually use reach. So then I'll put the dog in between me and you. And that puts Stormy... So...
Easy.
Alright, there's our marching order.
Teddy. Come on, baby. I
Okay,
need to eat.
so Brothulu, you're up first. You're not certain if it's easy or not.
What's my line of sight on him right now? 'Cause I know I'm on the
This is slightly see-through, which is why it's that way. You can look through it. Doesn't mean they necessarily see you. So it's basically, think iron wrought fence staircase. Think Gothic.
Okay. That's pretty easy.
But yeah, like a gun could shoot through it if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm guessing I don't need to roll a sense motive to know this guy's coming at us with aggression right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hostile intent is usually pretty easy unless they're trying to do a feint, which he is not. He is just making an otherworldly noise and reaching towards you.
Cool. I want to shoot him in the leg. Can I do that specifically?
Sure. Non-lethal shot.
Ammo, fire a bullet, single attack. So my movement's going to consist of me pulling out my weapon, pointing it at him, and shooting the leg. Hopefully.
Yeah. Non-lethal shot is a -4, but that's still 13 on touch, which will still hit him.
Sweet.
For 6 non-lethal. Which he is susceptible to.
Excellent. And that would be it. If that doesn't outright stop him, then that's the best I've got right now.
Noxus is waiting. Vanguard, you're up.
Hello. Am I able to see him?
No, you need to move up a bit.
Okay, just up, this way.
In order to move up, don't move your character up. If you want to
Okay.
move up, let's see. You can get to the top of the stairs with the move action, which would allow you to see him and do something. Otherwise, you could peek and peek over Vanguard or Thulu's square, and then you could basically move back if you don't want to. What I'll do is I'll basically put you there. But I understand you can't stop there. You're sharing a square with somebody. If you stop there, you both would trip.
Okay. I think I'm
So if you
just
want to-
gonna.
If you want to, you can move there,
Yeah.
and then you can act.
Yeah, let's act. All right, I am going to cast Jolt.
Okay.
That one, and I do that backwards again.
And attack roll should be attached to that when you use this spell, honestly. That is going to whiz right by him, though.
Damn. Well, at least it's a cantrip.
Ascob!
Okay.
Okay,
So,
here's the moon.
Here's the Earth. Pretty sweet Earth. It's fucking round. So you said this guy's an outsider, or he's doing stuff with outsiders?
I just said that was the token for outsiders. You don't in character know that. So if you want to know that, give me an planes.
Oh, okay. Am I skilled in that? Would I even know what an outsider is? You know, I grew up in fucking, what's a place called Daggermark, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't know what an outsider is. Listen,
He's-
I've been too busy doing some Aladdin dwarf shit. Okay,
He's a weird looking man.
he's a weird looking dude. Hey, everybody, there's a weird looking dude up here.
Goblin dog.
I will. We need to get out of the stairs. One AoE
Mhm.
and we're done. So let's see. Squares are accurate, yeah, 5 feet.
Yes, squares are accurate.
So I could. Can I diagonal from here to across
Mhm.
to get past? Okay.
Yes, you can.
And the first is actually not double move, right? First diagonal.
Correct. First diagonal is 5 feet. Second is 10. Third is 5.
Okay, so 5, 10. How tall are these boxes?
Those ones are about 2.5 feet.
Okay, so mountable.
Yeah.
I'm 4 feet tall. Cursive, what is this? Right here. What is that?
Smaller box.
Is another box?
Mhm.
Say it's about 2 feet tall.
I'd say it's less than that. The crate is 2 feet tall. Say that box is probably more around 1.5 feet.
5, 10. Let's see. 5, 10. Hit 15, 20. So technically, with my movement, I could get all the way into the same square as this little box.
Yes.
Okay. Is cover a thing in Pathfinder? I don't think I've ever
It
played
sure
a
is.
ranged character enough to really worry about cover, partial cover, and all that.
It is. There's actually cover. There is light cover, and total cover.
Okay.
That's why I took a -4 right now.
Yeah, so I would like to get to the square, and while I'm getting there, can I just fucking push this 1 foot box out of the way so I have cover from this and this?
Yeah, I'd say that one's small enough. You could probably just kick it out of the way.
Yeah, I want to take this spot and have like at least a little bit of cover.
I'd say just because there's a chance of doing the whole put your foot through a crate, just give me a d20 and we'll say on a 1 you put your foot through it, then it's more of a problem, but otherwise you'll succeed.
Alright, this is definitely going to be a public roll.
It's a crate full of bees. Oh,
The bees! It's an 8. That's not a 1. That's all I care
you
about.
Take it over. That crate is now northwest of you.
Cool. I'm going to move there.
The bees, however.
The bees, however, are with me. They're actually my bees. It's my crate. Hello. And then I will... Let's see, combat. Sorry, not used to playing rangers. They're really fun. Not used to it. Sorry.
You're dead.
all your fault.
Does this guy count as a humanoid human?
No, he does not.
Okay.
Wait, let me double check. Hold tight. You know, actually, hold tight.
For favored enemy purposes. Okay, I have to ask.
Because if he's an augmented outsider, he would. No, he does not.
Well, it was
Favorite
worth a shot.
enemy is humanoid.
It was worth a shot. Speaking of being worth a shot, what does rapid shot do again? You can make an additional ranged attack. Oh, it's a full attack action. Okay, you know what? I'm wasting too much time here. I'm just going to regular shoot him with a bow. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So, sorry. There we go. Single attack. I'm going to shoot at him. Oh, that's a bad roll.
That is a bad roll.
It is in fact a bad roll. Yeah, I'll do that, and that's my turn.
To him. So, he kind of looks towards you, but then his head cocks over in the direction there as he steps over. He steps up, and then he steps away from you, triggering an attack of opportunity if you have a melee weapon.
I didn't switch my melee weapon.
Okay.
Punch him.
But I still need a will saving throw from you before.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you can't punch unless you have improved unarmed strike or you're wearing brass knuckles, bladed gauntlets, etc.
You said what kind of what? We
I
need.
need a will save from you.
You can't have my pulled pork sandwich, Daddy.
Pulled pork sandwich.
That's
Oh, it's actually a bad roll. Rolling like shit. I think it's just
So is he-
Foundry hates me.
As he steps past you and moves away, you guys would see as sorry, what's your dwarf? Olgrim. Olgrim just seems to slump over on one of the crates asleep.
Ah,
Oh boy.
sleepy
He
time.
steps up and gets close to you two. I need a will save, not from Seraphina, because I know she has something against that, but I do need one from Greg.
I will save. What's this for?
Well, it just seemed to knock out the dwarf.
I'm just wondering if I'm adding my. I get +2 versus certain things, so.
This
But
would be
you
a sleep effect. You're fine.
Cool.
It's my oracle curse.
It seems to be a sour yellow fog.
Ugh. Oh no.
Excuse you, dog. You come over here
Alright.
just to snarl at me.
Oh, I forgot that. Oh no, that's why it didn't matter. Okay. But then at the end of its move, it is going to reach its hands up and it's going to pick one of you. So we're going to choose which one. Even will be Vanguard.
Ah, boy.
Ah, nope. It's swinging down at. You do have cover. It does have higher bonus. You have cover, so it's only getting a. Let's see. It'd be getting a -1 on this attack. So -1, which I'll put into the attack roll bonus. Does a 20 hit?
It's what he definitely hits.
Okay, hold tight one thing. I gotta double check.
Wait, who's it hitting?
Now, Brothuloo.
Oh.
Okay, it does connect for 5 damage.
Okay. Just 5?
Just 5.
Okay. So that's
Um,
I'm low level, so.
The rest of you can kind of see it. It would have good cover against those of you further back, but It's at least at the edge here, but it also has cover. I mean, yeah, there's cover. All right.
Did you just
What-
run up, blow a bunch of fucking hot breath in my face, and then punch me in the face?
Pretty much, it's that smoke constantly following him, and that yellow vapor is knocking you out. Which makes you probably wonder what it might do when it's greater effect, I suppose. But alright. So she will use... reach weapon's not going to save me. I'm going to get an attack opportunity either way. So we'll move up with the crate on me. So I'll be moving right here effectively. But in your square, I might be passing out. And Noxus needs to roll one too. But they get to use my save, and I think my will save is better than theirs. We're the same, so I'll just roll twice. Second one's her. 13 and 14. Okay, so no, the Nyx doesn't seem affected by it. She's within reach, and she does have to trigger a slam in order to get up to attack, so yeah, we'll try to slam her. Come on and jam.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wish I knew the rest of the song.
Space Jam?
Yeah.
16 misses.
Oh,
Wait, what song?
Space
I
Jam?
made a light reference to
Jam.
Space Jam.
Space Jam. I don't know if I know that one.
This gotta be a gaslight. He wants us to sing
When
it.
when have I ever gaslighted anyone?
You know, because there's one brewing, I'm not gonna ruin it. But no, Stormy, I don't
You
believe
can't-
you.
You
All
can't
right.
see me, but I like slowly looked at your avatar on Discord.
Okay, one. Power attack and two-handed. We'll go to scimitar. Wapow.
Y'all are funny.
I don't know if that hits. Oh, it does. Okay, not that hard to hit. Okay,
Hey.
so potentially, I'm in melee with them, which means we'll call even.
Even.
Even it is. So I connect for 12 damage.
I'm guessing you can't see right now?
I can see
Oh.
they have smoke, and you used the touch attack, so it didn't care. So
I can't see.
basically, it's constantly surrounded by smoke, which makes it hard to hit. Which in melee is 50% miss chance, and then 20% miss chance, and then in range it's 50%. But you're used to touch attack, so it didn't care. The dog just kind of snarls and seems more scared of it, but seems to be barking very voraciously down below. Stormy, you're up.
All right. I am in a hallway right now. I can't really see what's going on, but I would like to not mechanically rush.
Unfortunately,
There we go.
you're on somebody right now, so this is you behind deck. You're basically 10 feet back from this point.
Okay. 10-4. I can't control my token, but please put me down there. Within melee range.
Yeah, you can fly straight up and over, I suppose. You'll trigger if he has combat reflexes. Are you okay with that?
I'll trigger if I what?
If he has combat reflexes. If he has the feet, he'll get another attack of opportunity.
That's
He already
fine.
swung it. Looking at him. He does not. So, you're good.
10-4. All right. I am within melee range of this thing. Do I need to make a will save?
You do. As soon as you get within 5 feet of it.
1 second.
You are
That is
unaffected.
An 18. And do I see the smoke coming out of its mouth?
You do.
I would love to take my fist and just shove it in his mouth.
That would be a dirty trick to stop a special... Like, I assume you're trying to stop the flow.
Yeah.
So give me a CMB roll then.
CMB?
Mm-hmm.
That's not on my...
Combat tab.
Oh,
top
there it
left.
is on the top. Okay, I was looking at CMD. Ooh, there's a 12. I'm assuming he has a higher combat defense.
He does. Unfortunately, that's not going to do it.
Unfortunately. Okay, I believe that's all my action economy, because doing a combat
It's a standard action,
maneuver-
yeah.
Yeah, standard action. Okay. All right.
Fun fact,
that
a lot of
will-
people forget about Dirty Trick a lot. Dirty Trick can help you shut off the special abilities of anything that is physically special ability based on an entity. So,
Got it. Okay.
because it lets you like blind a basilisk kind of thing is the example they use. And it's like, that's really potent because the basilisk's main claim to fame is blinding you or turning you to stone with its eyes.
Yeah.
Being able to turn off the enemy's major abilities is quite nice.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that'll be the end of my turn.
Echo, you are. That's a total of 15 feet away from the. They'll send you 15 feet to get to this square if you want. Which is.
Yeah,
'cause
I can't see anything.
Yeah, I just realized she doesn't have the halo on. Let me turn on her halo and you'll be able to see. Not 660, 60 feet. There.
Oh,
you're
now
good.
I can see.
Okay, so this is the fancy dude.
Fancy schmancy. I
Well,
will tell you guys one thing you guys are seeing as the hit came in from Nyx and the shot. You saw it a little bit when he got shot, for those of you up here. And then when he got hit by the scimitar, you see the mist actively, not depleting just from what he's putting out, but outside, as if you can suddenly see some of the city outside of the asylum. It seems like damaging these guys directly lowers the mist.
Ooh.
You might not.
gotcha.
Come on. Didn't mean to cut you out too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and non-lethally smack him with a crowbar.
Okay.
The downside is when you're non-lethally attacking with a weapon that doesn't have non-lethal, you cannot crit. So
That's okay.
But-
I didn't confirm anyway.
yeah, I know. I'm just warning people before that occurs another time. But 12 damage is nothing to laugh at there. So that puts him up to 18 non-lethal. Definitely, there's a kind of a haggard. Which puts him above his. All right. 18 plus how much is 7? That's okay. No, that's actually wow. That puts him to 18, which 18 plus the 7 damage he took from mine is just enough. Because that puts him to 0. And fun fact, whereas normally you act at 0 in Pathfinder if you have any non-lethal at 0, he is
Yep.
incapacitated. He goes down.
And then here comes the giant fist.
The giant fist.
Sorry, my mind's been on SpongeBob lately.
Oh, I did need the will save from you, Deckle.
Oh, fair. That's
Not
fair.
to roll anything back, but I do need that.
Here goes nothing.
That was a good roll. That was a good ass roll.
You had 0?
Apparently.
Wait, what? Didn't I heal you?
It's a will save. Heal has nothing to do with
Oh,
it.
will save. I
I have
panicked. I
0
heard 0.
mod on my whiz. And I have 0 mod from my class, I think. Currently.
I can't remember this directly from combat just because things are still occurring somewhat. We'll see what happens. So I need a will save from you, Brooklyn, immediately. What will you do, Exile? I talked to the Conan bot on the AI site. That was fun. I immediately asked him, "What will you do, Exile?" And he started saying the whole thing. I'm like, "Yes, I love you."
That's awesome. Whew.
You are still awake, but you definitely feel that mist while he's unconscious is still coming, and he definitely seems to be yeah, you definitely want to plug that mouth.
Yeah. Let me check my inventory real quick.
Stormy, shut up.
Me with
I
0.
didn't say anything. I did not say anything.
Oh,
Stormy,
no.
I can
no.
hear your thoughts.
No,
Did
you
we-
cannot. No, you
Someone-
cannot.
someone
I'm a child
cast
of
the
God. I'm a
thoughts.
child of God.
Someone cast detect thoughts on Stormy right now.
I don't have to, dude. They're loud.
Press X to doubt. Press X to doubt.
Wait, question. Did we rest before the session?
No.
I didn't think so.
You've
Fuck.
got no rest. The only person getting any rest right now, I want to try and wake up. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything to stuff in his mouth, and I'm not tearing pages out of my journal to do it. So good luck with that, guys. And then I'm gonna run over to the dwarf, and I would like to try and wake him up.
Sure. I need to do a little bit of narration for that. Then give me a second.
Oh my god, this collides are so long.
I assume you'd probably want to. Okay, you're gonna end there,
Yes, I will.
and then yeah, you can jostle him awake, which is just a jostle check. which or not jostle check. It's automatically successful unless something's holding them asleep, which they're not. However, you do get the sense that you slept a very long time, Goblin, which I need to give you because you are sleeping, which means you get a dream.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, no one slept since the denoted one sleep. So,
I mean, it's basically lunchtime right now. We've done a lot of shit today.
We have.
This morning we cast Negate versus somebody casting fucking Army of the Damned against us, and then met a bunch of cultists, and then fought a couple more zombies, met a really sweet lizard thing, and then we found a dog.
The lizard thing
Easy
is a
go
dog.
What a day.
Which we didn't do anything with that lizard thing. Maybe we'll see him again later.
We hung out.
all right, Goblin, I need a D3, please, and read the example for me.
A D3.
So a D6 and cut it in half. So like 1, 2 is 1, 3, 4 is 2,
Oh, okay.
5, 6 is 3. Or you can type it in manually and say /R 1D3.
That'd be a 3.
A 3. Thank you very much.
So I suppose that'll be a 2 on a D3.
Oh, okay. So, you find yourself in a very similar scene of the endless ruined alien city as the original Nightmare, and it plays out a lot like it did before, except you're alone. Except at one part where you're walking by one of the alleyways, as there is a suddenly the mist pulls back as though it's suddenly being drawn back, which didn't happen in the normal Nightmare, and it seems to unveil the Tatterman, who just seems to kind of cock his head and seems to reach over and grab the top of yours and tilts until you hear cracking as he looks just more confused. And his other hand moves like it's about to caress your cheek, and then suddenly you feel yourself like the caressing of the cheek seems to be the hobgoblin Grick Tracy waking you up, and it's certainly not a caress.
As I wake up, can I scream, "Please let go of my head!" And I want to throw a torch at that guy's open mouth. Just an unlit torch. I just want to come up with it.
Sure, that'll be on your turn then.
Okay.
That'll be on your turn then. Which basically, Vanguard, you are up. I need the nope. You're immune to that part. So go ahead and just go ahead with your turn.
He's in melee range, right?
Yes.
I want to try this. I want to attack with my dagger.
What?
He's incapacitated.
What? Oh, he's incapacitated. Never mind.
Yes, he is knocked out.
Oh.
Normally I
So
wouldn't say anything, but I'm pretty sure you're like a lawful good character, so...
True.
Yeah. Killing a helpless foe is usually not a good thing.
Yeah.
Neutral good. So, if he's incapacitated,
Yes, he is currently knocked out. The problem is the mist is still coming.
okay.
So
Okay.
there's the
okay,
risk that
okay.
everybody could just pass out and go into clearly what is more dream world with the Tatterman in it, which he literally was like, "What the fuck you doing here?"
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, let me
This
get
is
that
one of
sleep
those-
off you.
See, Nope. Nope. I have no idea. I'm not used to this.
What are you trying to do? Tell us what you want to do, and I can usually help you get there.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm trying to think of ways where the mist is coming from.
It's coming out of his mouth.
Oh, okay.
Basically, now I'll tell you guys, the CMD goes down by 10 when you're unconscious. We dealt with this last night in the villain campaign. You didn't see it, but we had a bunch of water elementals that were throwing a bunch of sailors off a boat because they were asleep. It was great.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so we gotta figure out how to get his mouth closed at least.
Yes. So a dirty trick CMB would help you do it. Basically, that's you just holding it shut for a while. So if you want to do that, you can give me a CMB. He's on the ground, which gives a +4, and then he is unconscious, which gives a +10, which that tells how many rounds before it opens again.
Okay, I'm gonna try and close it.
Okay.
CMB, correct?
Yes, CMB.
Okay.
So that one turns into a 16, which was his down to 3. yeah, you close it for now. So no more mist for a couple rounds at least. You could probably start. If you find something to basically hold it shut, that'd probably help.
Yeah, I'm looking around. Does anybody have like cloth or a belt or anything?
Let me check.
This one we can remove as long as you guys are maintaining hold of it. We can actually pull you out of combat. It just was more of a matter of there was a risk that you could all pass out, so it's like, well, that's worth actually checking then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I got the blanket in my monk's kit.
Just wrap it over. Yeah, we could go get one of those sacks from the bag lady. That sounds like fun.
I have candles.
Oh, I'm being raided. Hello, Nikki the Tiefling. Hello, Raiders.
hi, Nikki.
Hello.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna grab the crazy green tatters that are attached to his insane hat, and I'm just gonna tear that up, and I'm gonna start shoving.
Shove it in his mouth.
Yeah.
Lovely. I love
Wait.
it.
Did I so I woke up, right, to Grix
Yeah.
holding me by the head?
Yeah.
Okay, with the last image being
I mean,
the
he
tattered
wasn't
man.
holding you, but to you, I mean, maybe you thought that. You're like, ugh,
Like, the tatter man was grabbing me by the head, and I just see Grix's hand. He's
Yeah.
like, please, like, oh, my head! And then just throw whatever is in my right hand at the guy who put me to sleep.
So you don't have a gun. You stood over and you took a
I'm
shot.
like,
It's
I guess my
guess
bow.
you just threw your.
I just threw my fucking
love it.
bow at him.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'm here
Just
for
like-
it.
I don't want to do any damage. It just like clatters. You know what I mean? But I
Okay,
just like
fair
woke
enough.
up and threw it at him. I'm not gonna hit any past it, man. But
You guys do see in this round, since I'm pulling out of combat, you do see this in this round that this guy here does seem to be choking on the smoke as if he's dying. Like, a heal check would probably be wise.
Yeah.
Knowledge planes could also assist you.
Knowledge planes and heal check.
I'll do a knowledge planes here, because I'm the skill
Yeah.
monkey.
I have heal.
I will assist.
Both of them are
that heal.
viable. See some good rolls here.
I would like to assist that heal.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the roll. So you gotta hit a baseline 10 unless you can guarantee to hit the 10. So you hit it. Alright, so, a couple things here. The heal check, as you're looking over him, you can see that most of his organs have been ripped away, even the ones that should require him to, like, you realize that, like, his head, as you take off the hat, is sunken in as if the brain's missing. You realize that his lungs are not there as he's gasping, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of sac inflating inside of his chest, as if something had just ripped them away without harming his chest. And at the same time, in the knowledge planes, you are able to tell that what is keeping him alive seems to be an arcane sort of, what you can only assume as you see a glow inside of his chest, as you realize that he is a mortal man that has been fully converted to an outsider due to this, because it's so much planar energy pouring out to him from, in this case, the plane of dreams. And it's filling his bloodstream and keeping him alive, but only just, as it seems to be as if he's a living portal to the plane of dreams somewhere within, like, his chest.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I thought.
Oh, Christ on a bike on a cycle into mass on a Thursday.
Yeah, Grick is gonna kind of convey that last little portion. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that did a knowledge planes check, right?
Correct. So you're the only one who made that one.
Yeah, he'll be like,
I
yeah,
did a kill check.
This guy's barely alive. He's a husk of his former self. It's basically just a living portal to the plane of dreams. Might be
this
a
point,
little
you
more merciful to put him out of his misery.
You are
There's no
also
way to
all
come
very
back?
well. You're also very well aware that the lethal damage applied to him, and the fact that non-lethal does bring you closer to death, even though it doesn't kill you. Like it affected the miss, but the only damage that really lessened the miss was the lethal. It seems that most likely whatever is summoned from him vanishes when he dies.
Greek is gonna start loading up his gun. He's like, "If you guys want, I'll do it."
I think we need some information from him first.
I don't know how we're
If
gonna
we-
talk to him without passing out.
I don't know
Yeah.
how he's gonna talk to us without, that.
Yeah.
He's gonna point to his head where it's all sunken in.
Yeah.
From your knowledge planes roll, Grick, you're not certain that these things can talk. They seem to be more a function, as again, a living portal. Like they're alive, they can walk around, and they seem to be able to defend themselves. But
Well, if you're certain
he has
about
no
it,
he has no brain, so it's like there's not really a whole lot to
Well, if you're-
conversate with.
if you're
So
certain
there
about
really
it,
is a
be
way
my
to help
guest.
them.
Yeah, you might want to aim for his chest, though. I don't think there's anything in the head worth hitting.
Aye. He's no more conversational conversationalist than a fountain in the square.
Is shooting him in the chest pretty sound advice there?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, there's nothing saying like you have to know like the head is not the weak point in order to crit this guy. So
Yeah, if I crit him, it's nasty. Do you want me to do a roll at all?
no, this is what in Pathfinder is called a coup de grace. If you want to spend the bullet, you can. Otherwise, you can do it with a melee weapon, just because bullets are pricey. But otherwise, what it is an automatic crit with max damage on your weapon, and then I compare that to their HP. If they die, they just die. If they survive the damage of a full crit, then I have to roll a fort save to see if they die anyways. So, this guy, I'll tell you, at his HP, it's a guaranteed death if you use the gun. Otherwise, you guys have plenty of weapons that are also guaranteed deaths.
Yeah.
My max, my crit's ×4, so it's a guaranteed kill pretty much.
Yeah.
Right, like
Oh.
what base is 8 × 4, so 32 damage.
It's
Yeah,
up
that
to
would-
you.
Yeah, if you-
Yeah, I'll spin the bullet. I want to make sure it gets done and done fast. I might not be a good character, but I'm not evil. You know, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you don't want-
death with my.
Oh, you're
breast.
good.
Otherwise, yeah. So you take aim at his chest and fire a shot into making sure you're not putting it directly into where the portal is. Just goes into the plane of dreams
Just-
somewhere.
Bullet.
Bullet
Dream
flies
bullet.
through the window.
Sure enough, there's this gasping, wheezing, but then just this silence as you see his lips moving, and it's clear that the glow immediately just vanishes and winks out, and the entire but at the same time, it seems like there's nothing to drive, as the lips move once and then just he goes still. No brain, no breath. He's just gone.
Well,
But at the same time, a very large amount of the mist outside seems to deplete. Seemingly, unless there was only like maybe 1 or 2 of them, but it seems like more than what you'd expect.
interesting.
Better that way, I think.
Yeah, that stuff was not good.
Looks like it didn't solve the problem entirely, but we might have a good idea of what we need to be doing here.
Sounds like more of them were upstairs with him.
Right. I think we should head back to the camp, though. Deliver some supplies and maybe see about speaking with the child.
I'd like to see if there's anything identifying who he may have been previously.
Doesn't seem to be, apart from the fact that he doesn't seem to be wearing. I'd say just taking 20, looking over his body, you notice that he doesn't have any. Everyone else has staff labels of some sort. He doesn't. Your best bet would be he probably was visiting the asylum when this all went down, because he looks like just some normal dude.
I'm gonna take his hat.
Okay, it's fairly iconic, yeah.
It's a pretty unique fucking hat, right? Like,
It is.
Fancy hat.
I guess I'd go under my miscellaneous.
Unfortunately, most of the stuff up here seems to be just. Oh dear God, that is absolutely horrific. There's something of major loot up here.
Only we could inception our own loot in the dream world, huh?
Just reach into that guy's head and see what we can pull out. It'd be like a rabbit from a hat.
You said that.
But
there's
otherwise,
not
heading-
any loot here?
Sorry, what? Yeah, there's no real major loot. It's all furniture. It would function for wood. Like, there's a lot of wood up here. You could each grab like a little bit of that, and then if you wanted to, you could potentially load up your chairs with some food, some rotten food, and then go
Yeah,
back with
We could
that.
probably do that.
that sounds like a plan. Bring back a whole load of
Fire-
supplies.
Firewood and a bunch of
war.
food. Yeah. Between your stronger characters and yourselves, I imagine each of you picking up different furniture and carrying it down.
Mhm.
So, does everyone want to carry something? You don't need to roll.
I'll take some wood.
Carry some food.
Also, you could really carry both, because you could, like, if you grabbed furniture or crates, and then
You
you could
just
just
stack
load
food
up.
on it. Yep.
Yeah, you just put the food in the crate or put the food on the bed, you know, and then just there you go. You now have firewood and food. But all right, Vanguard, I need a D100, please.
What one?
A D100, please.
D100.
Just the far right button on the bottom
Don't
right.
fail us
Okay, that is a
now.
D100. Whee!
Okay. Yeah,
It is
your
a
walk
48.
back goes peaceful. So we will transfer you back to the other map. You guys just linger there on this one. We will activate.
Toss me. Whee!
Toss me.
I am
And
small.
I'm gonna collect you guys, so don't move yourselves here, and I'm just gonna.
Oh my god. I don't know what just happened, but it stopped doing it. It pulled me out of my notes.
Sorry, I
Oh,
moved your
it
token. I
switched
guess it did.
screens.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
That's okay. I'll just do the notes later. I was just thinking, like, that's a good time while it's still fresh in my head, but...
I mean, I'm just moving you across this map. I'm not swapping maps again. So I mean,
Yeah.
should be alright. But we will bring you all back down over here.
Whee!
Whoosh.
A little bit of a glimpse outside, and you're back with the other.
I have now seen those rooms, just so you know. Those are now on my map.
That's fine.
What
You were
do
you
you
were
say?
technically in those,
Yeah, you
so
were.
you're fine.
We've explored theirs.
I'm usually pretty careful about not sending you through ones. That's why I picked that path and moved you to that spot, then moved you straight down.
Gotcha.
Like the only one that you weren't in that I didn't mean to show you was I saw some people saw a glimpse of outside. That's fine. Nothing really outside for you to see.
Daisy Lou.
So yeah, you guys approach in the guards, and you'd actually find Winter actually on guard on the barricade as she sees you coming. You don't have any. No, you do have a dog with you. So this is probably just that kind of quizzical look as she looks at just like the. You found a dog.
Yeah, he's a little,
His name is Osiris.
altered, but he seems nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
Pet
seems
dog.
a little mutated. Oh my god, it just licks you happily.
He's a good boy.
Brought you
Nope.
some firewood.
Are you sure it's a boy? She just kind of laughs.
Good question.
She just shrugs.
As you get back in, you see Patrick is assisting with breaking up some of the firewood as she's trying with that, and sees you come back as she walks over your direction.
Hello.
Hello. Seems actually a couple of you look a bit scratched. Are you all right?
It's been a bit of an ordeal, but we managed to survive.
We heard a lot of ghoul howling coming from the north. We were.
It's stacked
Sounded
up like
bad.
cordwood up there. I mean, it's real bad.
Oh.
Oh, it's less bad now, but
Right,
yeah, it's
right.
still pretty
It
bad.
was pretty bad.
I mean, you could say it looks pretty ghoulish, and then just the little crate just whacks her with the back of its tail. No, bad.
Oh, I did get this. Pull out the medical kit.
You see Winter's eyes light up, and she's like, "Oh, thank the gods." Okay,
It was from the doctor. What was his name?
Ren Eldris, I think it was. Eldris.
Right. Dr. Eldris.
To be honest, I don't think we ever asked him his name, dude.
He introduced himself, Ren Elborn. That was the first thing he said.
Oh.
That little script from.
Yeah,
He
Jay.
shook.
Oh,
he
yeah,
said he
he did.
shook each of your hands.
Right.
Ren?
Yes.
I remember him. I talked with him a bit. He was a new hire. He seemed a bit out of his element. I didn't talk to him much.
He's managed to stay alive by tending to the wounds of these acolytes or whatever they call themselves.
Oh,
Apostles?
we've only had a few people run in with those. Is that what they're calling themselves? We just simply called them the cult.
Yeah, they all worshiping this guy that's upstairs.
Xandalus. I know about
Xandalus,
that part of
yeah.
it. Because they all were chanting his name as some prophet when the riot started.
They seem to really like yellow too.
It seems,
Yes, I've seen that too.
according to the doctor, that the dream that everyone seems to be having is very similar to what Xandalus was having before all this happened.
It's interesting. I wonder what the connection is.
I don't know. Made contact with something in the dream world, or who knows? But it appears to affect all of us.
I'm thinking Xandalus probably made contact with this, what they're calling the Tatter Man.
Right. one that hunts you in your dreams.
Right.
Speaking of which, hey dwarf, did you happen to see the Tattered Man in your dreams this time?
Aye. He looked more confused than anything to see me there. I don't know if it was so much a dream as much as it was being, well, with him. And then, I don't know, he seemed very confused, and then he put a hand on me and began, I don't know, contorting my neck, but I don't think it was as much as it was to break my neck or hurt me as much as it was examining.
He was contorting his head. He was tilting his head to a point that it was unnatural.
Ah, okay. I think he was mostly just examining me, and he was very confused to how it is I was there, I think. But that's mostly conjecture, but I definitely saw him.
That's actually kind of interesting. Every time that anyone that we've spoken to that saw him in their dreams chasing them, he seemed to be just immediately hostile. Why would he be confused?
Maybe it's because he was forced to sleep?
Don't know.
Not been anyone that was forced to sleep.
Well, it was that mist or some type of spell, wasn't it?
It was mist coming out of a strangely altered van. Unfortunately, we had to put him down, but a lot of the mist disappeared.
He could also be confused by the fact that you haven't turned into a changeling.
Oh, there's that too.
Oh, yeah.
The doctor did mention that those who meet him in the dream world tend to wind up changed.
I suppose that's something Winter actually poses that I was speaking with Patrick about, and she pointed out that she hasn't felt the need to sleep. So maybe the change, because like the undead aren't going to sleep, and if the change or the doppelgangers aren't sleeping, then maybe they expected you to not need to sleep again. So seeing you again was a surprise.
That could be. Still no idea what happened in our first meeting, but everything seems to be okay, except we don't really remember a whole lot. Anyway, we brought wood and food and stuff.
I see that. Quite a bit of it, actually. This is wonderful. I think you just extended our by quite a while.
Yes.
Oh, wait, this food is kind of...
Yes, our friend
terrible.
can
What?
help with...
I can purify it.
Oh, I don't know that spell. That is... Oh, she just looks very relieved. That is wonderful. Well,
Turns out you have more time than you thought.
I mean, right?
Yes, of course. Although...
I don't think you... Yeah, if you want, we'll definitely clear out the beds for you guys tonight so you can get all the rest you want.
A little bit nervous about going to sleep myself.
Well,
She points...
the altar
she points
seems
to
to
the...
help.
Yeah. Desna protects us here. As long as you sleep within her graces here, it seems that all we dream of is a purple, gentle field. We never see each other in it, but it seems to be peaceful.
There is something that we may need to do once we awake.
She raises an eyebrow.
The boy, I believe his brother is, well,
Bless you.
undead. You said Attic Whisperer, right? She looks to Vanguard. Sorry, I forget your character's name.
Seraphina.
Athena.
Yes, Breton's brother, I think the doctor told us that he became a horror, and I think he became an attic whisperer.
That's a horrible fate if that's true.
It is.
He's a soul in
And-
great peril too.
Right. I know the boy may have his lamp. That might be enough to bring him back. Otherwise, speaking to his brother might help.
Well, not.
And Attic
Well,
Whisperers
not.
can also lash out against those they love. I don't know about sending the boy, but
Maybe if we
Go
could
with the
bring
lamp
him the
road.
lamp.
you were going to say something, miss?
Dog. Sorry, my dog is trying. He's
Dog
begging me
attack.
to play. Yeah, she's begging me to play with her boy.
Dogs are cute. But you were gonna say something?
He's a retriever.
Or were you just...
Well, I was, and I forgot because somebody wants to play fetch.
Okay, no worries.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's like, I mean, if you want to speak to him now, otherwise we can get working on the chores and such. Make sure you get well fed for tomorrow.
Right.
Rick is actually gonna go place his crate down, and he's gonna look for that lady that was eyeballing the kid.
The moment you mention that, you see that she's looks like she's actually listening to you guys talk about it.
Yeah, Rick's gonna approach her and just be very blunt about it. Just gonna like, you need to tell us how you know the kids.
Her eye kind of like, what's the term like where it's like they look at a normal and kind of like, I guess darkens, I guess is the term? Where it looks more intense and she kind of gives you an incredulous look.
Glowering.
Eyes narrow.
Well, no, narrow I'm always thinking is an eyelid thing. I'm talking like when the eye seems to like intensify, like, I don't know.
Like they
Glower.
I kind of think glower works, but she kind of just gives you this incredulous look, like, but otherwise, go ahead and still give me a bluff or diplomacy. Or intimidate.
I'm sorry?
Or intimidate.
I'm going to... I mean, my intimidate is great, but I don't feel like this is an intimidation thing, so I'm going to go with the diplomacy here. I'm going to add on, it could make the difference of saving another one of their lives.
I've got a pretty high diplomacy, and my Asimar traits give me extra if you want me to come with you.
If you want to throw in.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no. Oh.
Still an 8. And plus, you don't know you have a bit of an easier time with her since like everyone and you guys like it since you guys fed them, and then since you guys helped the survivors, that gives you another reaction. These guys, most survivors here are pretty nice to you, but she still kind of glowers at you, but she seems to make a motion, and it doesn't seem to be like any sort of sign language that you've seen. As you realize that she probably doesn't know one, but she points at her neck and then gives sort of like a cut motion as you see a very old scar over, and you realize that she may be mute.
I'm gonna pull out my notepad and ink pen and hand it to her.
Yeah. With that, as she goes to write and just she points at the boy and points just that I drug that one out before he was eaten. And then she just writes. She wouldn't write ghoul. She wouldn't know ghoul. She wouldn't know the word ghoul, but just the undead, and then underlines it and points it back to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Grick asks, did you save him from his brother?
To which she takes it back to her and just simply writes, no, his brother was being consumed. They had a lantern that seemed to hold, or that lantern held the ghouls back until it broke. I was in the room with them, and I could only grab one of them away from the pile. And then to which she writes, I got the other one's leg.
Oh, dear God.
Rick is just gonna be like, you did a good job. And like, just take his notebook back and place it to his coat.
You can see that she's not in a bad mood, but a sad mood now. And she's probably thinking back to that.
If we can remind him, the brother, of who they were, maybe bring them back and eventually get them.
She actually follows Grick over and points towards his bag.
What do you need?
He's gonna pull out his notepad and pen and hand it to her.
Let's see what precisely this room is.
By the way, Grick doesn't have a bag. He keeps everything in his trench coat.
Oh, I thought you said you put the notebook back in the bag.
The trench coat of holding.
Actually, yeah, she doesn't even need to go anywhere, actually. Just when I checked this, I thought this was somewhere further away. But she's going to actually kind of grab the edge of your coat and lead you out.
Oh,
She leads you down to this room. As she leads you in there, she goes back to where it looks like there's a cabinet, and she... Or not cabinet, excuse me, like a roll top desk, and she ignores the roll top part, but reaches down, and it seems like she's put some things down below. And as she pulls out a set of what look like 6 wooden knights. And she holds them out to you.
Yeah, Greg's gonna accept them and kind of examine them. And he's gonna be like, "Do these belong to the boy?"
She nods. And then
Like
she...
chess pieces?
No, just little toys.
Oh,
Oh, right.
It was told that this little boy usually liked the toys, not the lantern.
Right.
But she does gesture to your pocket then, where the thing is. Like, it seems like she might want to explain, but might have
Yeah.
enough as it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if she asks for it, he's gonna hand her the notepad and the pen.
To which she writes just simply, "I couldn't get him to take these, but maybe, since you need them, trade him for them." And then just hands it back to you.
He nods and he heads back to the party.
She just
And,
puts her stuff back in there.
Yeah.
And you do notice that nothing she squirreled away seemed to be like supplies. It seems to be personal effects. As you realize that, yeah, she's not like picking food or anything vital.
Gotcha. He's gonna show the party the knights, and he's actually gonna hand everybody one of them because I feel like it's probably a smart move.
that is a very smart move.
Hmm.
So I guess he'll hold on to 2 of them just in case.
What?
Like apparently these used to belong to the boy, and then he's gonna show the notepad to the rest of them.
So the one that's in here.
Sure, I don't see Goblin down here. Did I somehow leave him behind up there?
Was
Right.
Goblin's right here.
I was under the impression that those were the toys of the one that got left behind.
They're from the narrative that you heard, they're the toys of this boy. The older brother held the lantern, and it sounds like, from what she said, is the lantern actually had the power to keep the ghouls back. What you were told, it basically illuminated things it basically illuminated for things that see in darkness,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, and which implies that the boy and the older brother could have. It also implies that girl might be able to as well. But
Get those knights back.
but the knights are basically belong to this boy, but it sounds like narrative-wise, it sounds like the lantern broke, the light went out, and then they both got set upon by ghouls, and he managed to pull the lantern away rather than the brother.
Right.
And then she basically pulled away, and the whole horror trope of like, oh, and now I have their limb.
Yeah.
Maybe we could fix the lantern?
Might be able to.
I mean, it seems like a pretty simple crack. Mending should probably be able to fix it.
Hopefully.
Where is the boy right now?
He is usually in this bed in particular. He doesn't get moved out of it because he's still very wounded.
Right.
Yeah, so Greg's gonna approach the boy with the toys. Or he's just gonna approach the boy and just be like, "Hey,
He's kind of watching you carefully.
we might be able to save your brother."
I think I'll ask for diplomacy on that one because he'll probably think that, like, as far as out of character, he saw his brother die, so it's like he's like, what?
Hey.
And so rather than be defiant, he seems more mystified as he kind of looks at you, kind of just like, what do you mean?
Spirit
Well,
is hurting.
noticing that she's
How's he hurting? He's dead, or he's one of them.
she might be able to explain a little bit better. He's gonna point to Vanguard's character.
So you see that girl walks up and kind of looks at you, kind of like incredulously, like kind of like just like a what kind of look with your eyes. She's now staring at you, Vanguard.
I might know what happened.
Be
We
gentle.
met. Of
She
course.
kind of shoves your shoulder now and stops you, and she's giving you a more incredulous look.
Maybe I should
Sense
tell
motive?
you first. Yeah.
Well, I mean, out of character, she was eavesdropping on you guys. She probably knows, but
Yeah.
sense motive will assist you.
True, I forgot she was eavesdropping. Blind GM, correct?
And you can just roll it any way you want it, really. It's just...
Whee! I just like seeing the dice. That is a 17.
It's fairly sure to tell that she seems incredulous that you're going to tell... That it seems like you're about to tell the young brother who is only about 5 years old that his older brother is an attic whisperer.
Yeah,
No,
that's not a good
no,
idea.
no. I was actually going to ask him if we could borrow the lantern to see if we could fix it.
To which she just backs off, and you get the feeling that that mute girl might be a little more on the, maybe not violent, but she definitely seems more physical prone.
Kind of has to be if she can't speak.
I mean, there's that too, yeah. It was the neck wound is a very old one.
Kirk,
Of course.
maybe he'd like to hold on to the toys.
Yeah, Greg's gonna pull out the little knights and just kind of hold them out for him.
You can see he's looking at them shyly, but he seems uncertain about as he clutches the since you're talking about taking the other one, he seems to clutch it a bit more carefully as he's definitely feeling very attached to the one piece of his brother left.
My
And
diplomacy was pretty good, right?
Yes, your diplomacy was pretty.
He's gonna take a knee. He's gonna look. We can trade for now. And how about I bring that lantern back when we're done using it? Does that sound okay?
I think
To
it'll
which
help.
he gives a quiet nod.
All right. Well then here, and he's gonna hand out the little knight toys to him.
He looks at them kind of quietly. Doesn't look like he goes right to playing them, but he definitely kind of just stares at them as he. There's a little bit of a moment as he hangs on to the lantern, but then his fingers let go of it.
We'll bring it back.
If anyone has knowledge local, you could get a potential boon of something.
There's me.
Also, perception
I
can
got
assist
one.
you in this.
Which one's higher?
Nice.
Oh
Can I
my
roll-
god!
Can I
would
roll
like
both?
to be perceptive.
Wow, look at all you guys go.
I guess.
Okay, I don't know why we're doing the knowledge ability, but
She probably meant to click
Why
perception.
was it no? I was trying
You
to
already
do
did-
local. Why did it do no?
you already did local. You already did a local. You got a natural 20. Why?
Hmm?
Okay.
Good.
So, a little bit on the narrative aspect, nothing for the vital aspect. You do notice one thing after seeing these two, is that you see that the young boy is a half-elf, and you do see that he does look to bear... first of all, for those ones, you recognize that he is a half-elf, specifically of the drow variety, which would explain the dark vision proclivity. But one other thing that you notice, and this is particular in Greg, which is very fitting, I like the theme here, that you are the one to notice is you look over, you see that there's a similarity between the girl, although she looks very human. You don't quite understand why, but you wager that she seems to bear half of a like she looks like she's actually with that roll you would actually get. Sorry, hiccups. You'd be able to see that it looks like she has very well cut ears. That it looks like she might actually be an elf that had her ears cut off. And that it might also explain why they may have taken her throat. And you realize that she seems to be half, like, looks like she's half related to the boy here in the bed. I'd say, judging from the way she behaves about him, the way that she calls him the boy, not anything else with that, either she is being really good about bluffing you, or she might not know. But she might be, I would say, looking at that, you'd wager she might be an exiled drow that's either permanently made into some sort of surface elf one, or otherwise, you're vaguely aware there's magic that the drow can use to hide as surface elves. But at the same time,
Oh, I was gonna say, I think my drow actually has that spell.
out of character, it's called Ancestral Regression. All it does is turn you into a surface elf and remove your drow extra abilities.
Yeah.
It turns you into specifically a surface elf with drow blood in you. So you can still
Nice.
see in the dark and shit like that.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. Which could be active in her, because a lot of drow have magic in their blood, which means she could just maintain it indefinitely as long as she wanted to. But I would say that follows, at least logic-wise, that the drow are particularly secretive, and if they were sending her up here to be exiled, they might have just cut her throat.
Poor
And
girl.
ears.
And her ears, because that's a dishonor. That's a major dishonor. And it also
Jesus
really cripples her
Christ.
hearing. Oh yeah, dude, Drow they're still pretty brutal in Pathfinder. They're not as terrible as in D&D.
Well, Greg's gonna go ahead and take that lantern now. He's gonna tell the little boy, "Thanks. We'll let you know how things go." And he's gonna kind of walk off. And he's gonna look at the girl with the cat ears, which sounds like a really cool fucking movie. And he's not gonna say anything, but he's gonna kind of have like that look behind his eyes, like I know something's up still. Like I have an idea of what's going on here, kind of look. And then
Where she just seems to tilt her head and seems confused. I'd say with the prior roll, rather than make you roll more, I would say that it just seems like you're fairly certain that she has no idea.
Yeah.
Seraphina's just gonna kind of gently bow and say thank you to her. And to the young boy.
Yeah, the boy just kind of gives a quiet bit of a nod as she seems to go back to the same spot she seems to always be standing. I'd say you definitely see behaviors that shows that she's definitely some level of insane, but nothing that seems terribly dangerous.
I'd like to examine the lantern, if I could.
Yeah.
See what's up with it.
See the specifics of that item, because I believe that's actually technically a non-magical item. Gotta look it up.
What is sanity, anyways?
We don't need it.
Oh no, I was being incredulous.
Fair enough. So, looking at it first of all, just for the baseline of it, looks like it wouldn't take much. It literally is just the glass that surrounds the gem broke, and the gem dropped, and it seems to have stopped. Like you can still see the light, but
does anybody happen to know mending? Actually, could I know
Maybe.
mending? Might be able to fix that. Hold up, let me check. No, I can't do that. I didn't think I could, but I thought it was worth a shot.
Didn't someone say they could?
Well, we do have a dwarf.
True.
I was orphan and grew up in Daggermark. Doesn't mean I know much about being a dwarf.
I don't think most dwarves know much about being a dwarf. They just are.
If I just gave you, I don't know, a whip or something, would you know how to be a regular hobgoblin?
Yes, but I grew
That's-
up with hobgoblins.
There's the difference.
Oh, look at me. I don't know what it's like to be an actual. I don't know what it means to be an actual Azamar.
Point I was making is that no, I don't know how to forge.
Damn.
you just hear the little snake just be like, it's almost as if a lot of races don't have like genetic knowledge. You actually have to pass it down.
Right? That's weird.
He was talking to rocks, so I could be sure.
He was.
Now that part is genetic knowledge. Now I'll give you that one. Now that one is fair. I do know a lot about rocks, but I'm also a ranger, so I don't know. We could chalk it up to either way there. All right, but
There it is. I found
Forging,
the
no.
actual description. So it's basically a
actually
bullseye
call-
lantern that has a ruby lens, so it shines red instead of.
Hmm.
And then you can also remove the lens as a swift action. And it basically, when the ruby lens is in place, it normally would provide dim light in a 60-foot cone. And then the red light is imperceptible to creatures relying on dark vision as their sole form of light, so it does not increase your ability to see further. They don't know that you're illuminating.
See.
Oh, so that kind of helps you out with ghouls in the sense like they don't see your light coming from a mile away or something like that.
And it also,
Very
well, and
cool.
it also it seemed to mention that for some reason the ghouls were staying back because of it. So it does seem to imply that maybe red has something to do with something they don't like.
Hmm.
Well, you know, they don't like fire.
Knowledge planes could assist you in this.
Sure.
Yeah, I was about to ask if I could do that.
Technically knowledge religion, but it'd be a -10, so I wouldn't recommend it at this level.
God damn it.
Oh, was that a bad roll? It was.
Yes, you are right,
I don't
Nikki.
know shit, bro.
As a friendly
I have-
DM, the most I'll just sort of say is maybe rely on your Lovecraftian lore if you're familiar with certain other colors other than yellow.
Hmm.
There's a certain someone of red who hates certain yellow.
I'm so so lost in all the lore of this because I don't know
You
anything
and me
about
both.
Lovecraftian stuff.
Out of character wise, without saying the ones, because like with the I don't want to give the knowledge roll for really bad rolls. Sorry, guys.
Did you never
No,
get
you're
to read
good.
the book that I had, Goblin?
No, I
When
didn't.
When I was dating the terrible person.
No, definitely not. That was a strong era.
Suffice to say, the yellow refers to a very specific old god, and that's very obvious in this one, so I don't mind saying that, so it's not like a major spoiler, but that is probably going to get involved in this campaign. That being said, that old god is particularly wily. It is very, very... He is not a powerhouse. Like, Cthulhu is a major powerhouse. And it's like literally so strong no one can fucking beat him.
Yes.
But that's the whole thing, is like the yellow god is basically just as strong, but he is more Littlefinger in terms of what he does. And so...
Sorry to butt in. I read a lot of Lovecraft, and I have a CD in my CD shelf that I'm looking at that says the goddamn blank The King in Yellow. It's a dark ambient CD. Am I allowed to say that name?
I
right
warned
now,
him.
or is
I
that
warned.
meta?
Not only is it meta, I warned you guys in session 0 and 1. Do not say that name unless you mean to say it. This campaign has very strict what happens when you do. I would not
Got
say
it.
that unless you intend it, because
I
you may
have
see
no
you may
idea
see an
what name that
immediate.
is.
Let's out of character. I'll say this: there's a certain name of a certain god that is well known in Lovecraftian lore. Just so everyone's on the same plane. If you say his name 3 times, he will come, guaranteed. And in Pathfinder, that is still true. And so it's like that's true anywhere in Pathfinder. Now,
Okay.
the smart move here to understand is that yellow is generally his color and the sign of his presence. And the 3 times is not like Beetlejuice. It's not because you need it to summon him. No, it's because that's how the first one tells him what direction you are, the second distance tells him how far to go, and the third distance tells him where on that planet you are. So basically,
Yeah,
if he's already here, you're calling him right to you. And he is
Mhm.
literally, like, he will probably kill you.
So
That
over
is
the table,
terrifying.
you would not also like us to discuss it if the other players do not. Just
Prefer that
casual
you guys...
conversation.
Yeah, I would prefer that you don't, like, because,
Okay.
like, number one, let's just say madness rules in Pathfinder also usually breach into the out of character. So I'm warning you, because I know that Reign of Winter game I told you mentioned that it had, because it dealt with a little bit of the old gods too. Pretty much all the old gods, out of character is not out of character. You will, because it basically means you're thinking about it. And since I can't police your thoughts, that's the way that it's functioned. It's like, if you want to talk about it, I'd recommend DMing it away from me, just because it's like otherwise things may happen.
Okay. Very good.
May I ask?
I'm not saying all of them are bad, because keep in mind, like, to put it in perspective, that god's name is used in one of the Lovecraftian lores in order to someone to save their life, because it's the red god was coming, and so they basically called upon the yellow god to save their life, because they knew, well, he'd rather fight him than kill me.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, y'all,
Alright.
Gear Dragon actually named the yellow god, and I'm gonna say it out loud right now. Okay. Gear Dragon just resub. Thank you so much for the resub. Also, just said the name of the yellow god, David Hasselhoff. We all knew it. We all knew it. We all knew what it was. I'm not gonna know it. I've never read I've never read any fucking Lovecraftian shit.
Yeah.
Speaking-
You say that name 3
speaking of-
times in anywhere in Galarian, he will show up. That's like set.
David Hasselhoff. That's badass. I'll say it 3 times right now.
Right?
I want to hug him.
My dad's Knight Rider? What?
I actually found a really lovely avatar of that god that in VR chat that I want to get, and it's like with Nikki actually. We found it. It was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I need to get its core avatar so we can add attacks to it, because it would be amazing.
I did want to ask Cursive, would you prefer us to not read any Lovecraft until after this campaign?
Because
now I'm-
to read it. You're welcome. You're welcome to read all of it. Because keep in mind, the campaign will divest from normal Lovecraftian to a degree. It's very faithful in a lot of it, but it does make its own canon and its own arguments with things, which is fine.
Because a lot of my information comes from like the Bloodborne basically. So what book was that?
That's The King in Yellow. It's literally called
Okay.
blank The King in Yellow. That's a famous Lovecraftian story.
Oh.
I will
okay,
warn
so
you-
We're thinking of the same one then. Okay.
Yes. I've also read a lot of Lovecraft. I literally have the one from Barnes and Noble, the greatest of like works of H.P. Lovecraft, like the little like compilation green and black one. I love it.
I'm glad I've been avoiding saying the names of
the gods that I know, because I was not here for the session 0 and 1 warnings.
Well, and I will warn you this: if you do want to try playing with that kind of one, this, or actually, you don't see that. The yellow mist. Like, what do you think that actually is? Like a little bit of meta. Like. So if you're saying your name and I'm warning you that he's that close, it's like, well, watch out.
You know,
Where's my Kindle?
I kind of feel like I know who the Tattered Man is, so it's kind of just like.
The Tattered Man is actually, without too much spoiler, because it doesn't actually majorly spoil things. That the Tattered Man's a real Lovecraftian thing. That's not something Pathfinder made. Like,
Oh, I believe it.
And I'm playing him straight to how he is like depicted in the 2 stories he's in. So, using the exact same weapons.
He kind of reminds me of, if you've played Bloodborne, Murgo's wet nurse.
Well, and Michael Myers is based off the same concept. So it's like it's
Wait, really?
just like,
Well,
yeah,
that's
Michael,
fun.
Michael Myers is based off the Tattered Man from Lovecraft. So it's like
I personally don't know any.
Stupidest, happiest grin on my face. What did you say, Deckle? I'm sorry.
I said I don't personally know anything about Lovecraft really, aside from what I've seen
If
in
you
other
do
Pathfinder
decide-
games.
if you do decide, and I'm not going to go into the which ones or make it a big thing, but if you do decide to read Lovecraft, understand a lot of it. A lot of them do have precursors that I recommend you read and understand that the like dark does not begin to describe it. That's not saying that anyone here advocates for any of the themes of it, but just understand that.
Yeah,
it was a
it's
different
not.
time.
It's not really my kind of books, so.
Right. So it's
Also,
like I wouldn't blame
Lovecraft is
anyone for not reading.
Also, Lovecraft himself was a major jerk.
Right. That's kind of what I'm referring to. I'm just trying not to get into it on stream, and so it's like.
No, you're good. That's all I was going to leave it to.
Yeah.
But that
I'm
being
gonna-
said, he is still a literary genius in a lot of the writing.
For sure. I'm going to push this off this potential landmine of a conversation, not in the sense of HP Lovecraft, but in the sense of like an accidental like God name drop.
You're putting a lot of
think-
pressure on me now that I
Yeah, I was
know
going
what
to.
it is.
I mean, by all means, if y'all want to have a TPK, evidently, like, let's go for it. Like,
I will tell you
whatever,
guys
dude.
before you guys get that afraid of it. It's not a TPK, but you may lose your character.
Yeah, I mean, that's about what I assumed. Is that either way, we'd all be making new characters. So, like, by all means, if
I
you
would
hate
not
your
like-
character, go ahead and let it rip.
I would not like to do that. I adore Frederick.
Yeah,
But
Frederick's
yes,
fun.
I like it.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Yes. So, did you guys want to rest the night up, or what do you want to? Or no? Yeah, because you got the thing. You're looking at it. Does someone have mending? Because mending
I
would
do
be the
not.
easiest way. But it's not actually broken. It's not actually a magic item. Because yeah, it's the. Oh, did I link this? No, I didn't. This is a non-magical piece of gear that I read to you, and I was going to put it into your chat here. That this is. It's not officially what it is, but they don't actually have the Shadow Lantern listed anywhere, so a lot of people agree this is what it's supposed to be, whereas one of the devs said it's supposed to be just a baseline Shadow Lantern, but then it doesn't explain how it scared them away. So,
Right.
if you don't know most of... So this is what it is effectively. It's
Me
broken
too.
right now.
Cursive, I don't know if you'd be willing to humor this or not, but hear me out. So, Grick and Olgrim had that conversation about, you know, like, me not knowing how to forge, but being a dwarf, right? Like, dwarves are also very stubborn, and if you're willing to entertain it, I would like to just examine the lantern and see if I can just roll, like, I don't know, a d20 for, like, a dwarf check to see if I do
Untrained
actually...
craft, man.
Yeah, to
Untrained-
see if I just innately know. I don't want to actually try and fix things. I want to break it, but I'm gonna see if I just know how to, like...
Okay, so like a
Handle it?
diagnosis.
Yeah, I'm not trying to break something. Just see if I actually really can just dwarf this thing right now.
Okay. I mean, I kind of told you what the problem was with it right now, so it's like it's not really like I don't know.
Ah, okay.
I told you it's like the glass is broken. The gem on the inside that normally serves as the focus for the lantern is basically out of like you need to fix the little slot that holds the ruby lens. The ruby lens itself is not cracked, so it's like it's just a matter of making the holder be able to hold it again.
Right.
Because right now it's more like a coin slot.
Nah, we actually need this lantern. I'm actually just gonna like back off of this silly idea.
Yeah.
Alright, so I've got the dust lantern, it's technically broken. Can I make an attempt? What would be the attempt to fix it skill-wise?
Craft. It would be an untrained craft, which in this case would be blacksmithing if you got it. Otherwise, you can do it untrained, and repairing a simple item like this is not terribly hard, but it could make it
I'm
worse.
trained
So.
in crafting, but I never picked a thing, I think.
Yeah, which means it doesn't give you any bonus until you put a rank in it.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll go for it.
Yeah. Since there's a risk of making... Actually, no, this is something you could take 20 on. If you want to, you could take 20 on and just spend some time overnight.
Yeah, I'll just take 20.
Yeah,
Spend
that guarantees
time
it.
overnight.
I was going to check on Patrick before going to bed.
Yeah. Just looks over to you and seems to be in a better spirits, and she'd point out that she's really glad that you guys helped them out today in the chores, since a couple of ones that were really bitchy to her when you first came in were a lot nicer the second time around.
Well,
Frederick will find a nice corner and gargoyle pose.
I'm glad.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry,
I'm
I
glad.
never got to watch that series.
you're missing out. Go watch it.
I know I didn't have cable
What?
as a kid.
Go ahead, Declan.
I was just gonna say, I'm glad things are going better. Hopefully we can find a way out of this mess.
Yeah.
Anything you
Wish I had
need?
more to say. Nothing outright, no. What's Lacey didn't try coming up again?
The what?
The other doppelganger, the one that tried coming up the first time, doesn't. She said she'd be up again tonight, but she hasn't come again.
Oh, okay, fair.
I've literally been counting everyone in and out, so unless someone vanished off the barricade.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Alright.
I got this going a bit faster now. As she shows that her arm is like, and amazingly enough, the people that are sitting by seem more intrigued than disturbed by it. But she shows that it seems like she's managed to focus enough on her doppelganger abilities to shift at the rapid speed, whereas before you saw her going at the
Yeah.
basically the swift action speed instead of the free action. But now she seems to have gotten it up to the free action.
Yeah, that's still very impressive.
I don't know if I should be indulging in this, so I'm trying not to do it, as she basically puts her arm down, but at the same time I figured, worst comes to worst. She kind of looks back, and that girlfriend of yours looks like they can tear things up, so I thought I may borrow a similar shape.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem useful for defense.
Also trying not to get out of their line of sight, because I figure that little...
Right, that would be difficult to deal with. But, alright. Just, hang in there, let me know if anything, goes wrong.
You're being really nice. I appreciate that.
Well, you were half dead when we found you. I kind of feel a little responsible for making sure you don't end up all the way.
Kind of purses her lips in a little smile, just so... I'll consider it mutual then, if I can make sure you don't die.
Hopefully...
A little hard when I'm on the other side of this asylum from you, but...
Right. Well, let's hope for the best.
She just kind of crosses her fingers and smirks at you.
Anyway.
Now kiss.
Especially with that art that's there, because I know everyone loves the victim one.
Ah, yes. Alright.
Same time, I love that art, goddamn.
Not
You
bad.
said the Desna Shrine is right here?
Yeah, the Disney Shrine is actually the one that is on the far west. The Pharasma Shrine is supposed to be the smaller one that she put up, because this is actually technically only a Desna temple, but has small shrines to every other god in here, even a lot of the evil ones. And then she just basically amplified the Pharasma one with a small altar. But it is functioning here as well.
Mhm.
Which really only just helps gives you a bonus against death effects and doesn't help you much in the grand scheme of things. There was the DC of some enemy abilities, basically. But yes, if you guys would like to sleep and rest up for the night, you may. You can click your rest buttons to a degree, but I would ask that you hold on for that directly here. Just, is there any other business for the night? Or you guys have last?
I do have a little bit of a question about mechanics. For OG Pathfinder, is rest rules the same as 3.5?
In what? In
Like
which?
you regain health equal to, I think it was to your con modifier plus something or times something.
Your hit dice plus your con modifier, and then if you have bed rest, you double it, and then you do the same with you heal with decent rest. You heal 1 ability score damage, and if you have bed rest, you have 2, and you can also get another doubling of your base. So it doesn't double it, like it doesn't quadruple it, but you can get another doubling on both of those if you have nurse care, which you do actually in this room. Because both Winter, the dedicated nurse, and even Vanguard, at least the last time, so that they're basically being nursed to the people here. So that means that you'll recover a lot of HP in here.
Yeah, I'm just going back up to max because I didn't take that much damage shit.
Yeah, so whatever your hit dice is. So at this point, level 2. I'm going to check one last thing for that too, by the way. But I do ask that you hold tight on that damage for 1 second, just because I have something. You can go. It's fine for most likely fine, but
Well, I'll just put it back to 12. It's not like it was.
okay. So what I need, first of all, if everyone would roll me a flat d20, other than
Okay.
Brothulu. Brothulu, you can just sit on it. And Vanguard, I don't need yours, actually.
Well, I got to see the dice roll anyways.
Okay, so Brothulu, well, and Stormy, if I could get perceptions from you.
Alrighty. There we go. Quite perceptive.
Indeed.
Okay. Oh,
What was that?
that's me. That was me right-clicking a door when I was trying to drag myself across a map.
Whee!
And basically, I right-clicked the door and locked it, so then I unlocked it. All right.
Fun fact, the book is like $3 on Kindle.
Oh, what, the greatest works of H.P. Lovecraft, or just the King in Yellow?
Just the king.
Usually it's not too much. Like, the book that I got from Barnes & Noble that had, like, a bunch of them, which included the King in Yellow, was only, like, 15. But it was a really thick one, too, and I loved it. It's got a really nice, like, creepy-looking binder, so big fan.
I'll go to Barnes & Noble later.
I still have a Barnes & Noble gift card. I can... Oh, that just made my day.
Ooh.
I forgot to spend it for my birthday. My parents gave me like a $50 gift card to Barnes & Noble. I can buy me some cool books. I love Barnes & Noble. All right. So, Stormy, you're the one to see it, and a big important part of this one is going to come down to a roll. As they're asleep, you'd see as there's a moment that it's very quiet, and you barely notice it. Like, this thing is exceptionally... Actually, I got to check. I did actually. I gotta look up its actual sheet. I can't just use the... I love when they put it in the book, even though it's a baseline creature. But... Okay, so you do spot it, but you spot it literally the moment of, i.e., you're gonna have an initiative roll against it. If you fail, there's a potential very bad thing occurring. As you look over and suddenly see, as it looks like one you're watching and you see that like everyone's asleep and everything's pretty normal, and you see the dog laying under Vanguard's bed. And the next time you look over, you see that it's stood up on its hind legs. Its lower jaw is unhinged. It's about to bite out her neck. It is moving for a coup de grace.
I fucking knew it.
Yep, you guys called it, but you guys trusted it. This thing, I will warn you. I really hope you have 2 hero points in case it beats on initiative here. Because if it wins on initiative, it is, I mean...
I think I do.
No, not... Oh, so, we're going to put these 2 on here first. Because you're standing by since... And flat-footed wise is Brothulu, since I was having you working on the thing. Which is why I didn't ask for yours. So... You're gonna, so you cannot roll on this one, Brothulu, because you don't even notice it till it's starting. But... Alright, so now I'm going to unveil, I mean, you're going to just see its token, not its actual thing. Its actual token. And yeah, public roll. Of course it rolls high.
What can be done about this?
Hero points.
Well, let's see.
The other
I
option, if you want to spend a hero point, is you could potentially give her bonuses on the fort, because most likely at full health, she's not going to die from a coup de grace from this thing. Most likely. So it's like the big thing is that fort save. If she fails that fort save, she's going to need the 2 hero points to survive. So you could give her a +4 before the roll.
+8.
+4.
I think I have
This
one.
is for someone else.
Oh, right.
I already rolled, so I know that a reroll, especially with my... So if I roll max, just looking at that, if I roll max, I am not going to beat that initiative.
You have to hit a 20, yeah.
I
from that
have
roll
to hit a
roll.
20, which is not statistically viable or statistically safe. So it statistically makes sense for me not to spend my hero point right now to reroll initiative. I have to hold my hero point. I have 1 hero point, by the way.
Okay.
So we have to play this out, unfortunately, and I do apologize.
Why are you apologizing? This is just the way the game is.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones that I hate it. Like, I saw it coming and I'm like, oh my god. Just, all right.
Wait, this is on your own character. Are you
On
about
mine?
to kill your own character? Wait.
What?
No, me.
Oh yeah, this is Vanguard about to get fucked up.
I'm about to die.
Wait.
Well,
The icons next to
yeah, it's
Barbarian.
just, I just spawned it in the room. It's not actually
Oh,
next to
okay.
it. So, because I didn't know where people were actually sleeping, because nobody has arranged themselves onto beds. So, to make it clearer what I can do for the sake of combat, it's like I can put it over here by her.
Yeah,
But, alright, so luckily its damage isn't massive. The big thing is going to, because like I'm guaranteed crit on this thing is going to be, so that turns into 8, goes down by 1, so 7 damage is literally the crit. So guaranteed 7 damage,
Okay.
but I need a fort save now, where it's going to be half the damage, so basically
Before
how
you
these...
roll it.
Yeah, before anyone rolls, if anyone wants to add in, if anyone wants to do anything to assist this, I will tell you, so you guys know, coup de grace function on a, I believe it's 10 plus half the damage. So let me get the baseline up so you guys know dead on. Usually it's so over the top that it's like, it's obviously not going to work, or it's obviously, but,
Vanguard, how many hero points do you have? You should have 2 at first level. Or sorry,
I used-
2 at second level.
I think I used 1
10
earlier.
plus damage dealt, so there's no halving. So it's going to be a 17.
Oh my god.
What can we do about this? The other people?
A hero point before she rolls. If you spend one of yours, will give her a +4. That stacks as many times as people want to do it. A hero point after she rolls will give her +2. You cannot give a hero point in order to make her re-roll without a channel point, which I'll let you spend while it's offline. But
So I have 2 hero points. What can I do with
Oh,
those?
I have that written incorrectly. I have +4 for rolls taken, and then +8 for rolls taken, or before rolls taken. So I need to change that to a +2 and a +4.
the way it works is you get a +8 for yourself if you roll before the roll, and a +4 after the roll. And you can give these to someone else, but it's half the bonus.
Oh, for okay, never mind. I'm not gonna change the text.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. I have 1 hero point. I don't want to play the hero point game with who has more, but how's everyone looking hero point wise?
Alright,
one on my
so-
DMPC.
I've got 2.
You got 2.
Okay.
Okay.
I
got
will-
1.
I will
Who
spend
guarantees
channel
she'll
points.
survive if she doesn't spend?
Yeah.
I'll just spend channel points for 1 before the roll.
Yeah, which that's a +8 beforehand.
I'll
give her my last one.
give 1. I'll use
don't
mine.
spend any of yours.
Vanguard, if you have 2, you're guaranteed gonna survive this. 'Cause you just
Okay.
need two to not die.
Okay.
It just means it might cost you 2, which would really suck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got
So-
great. I have my hero point, so
You should save it.
I could, but I'm not gonna.
So I think the name of the game
Here's-
is not to drop down to 0 hero points.
I mean, I'll get 3 more when I level up, and I've got other tricks up my sleeve. So I think the
Okay.
name
You
of the game
only
is
get-
not to pick up straight
unless-
attacks.
Unless you have the blood of the heroes, you only get 1 when you level up. Blood of the heroes that you get 3 because your max goes up to 5.
Oh, I thought. Well, that's still fine. Whatever. I'll get hero points in other ways by playing gloriously.
That'll work. Yeah, do things particularly heroic, and I do basically to do something heroic that has a purpose. Like you can't just like risk your life for nothing. But if you do something heroic that has a purpose, I will usually. You might need to remind me. It's like, was that particular heroic? I'm like, hell yeah, it was. But and I don't shy away because you spent a hero point to do it. It's like, well, I'll let you spend a hero point to do it, and then you get the hero point back. It's like whatever. But anyways, okay. So how many? I heard Deckel spending a channel point, so that's a +8 prior, and then Brothulu, so +4. So we're looking at +12 plus whatever her fort save is.
Yeah.
Which
I haven't rolled yet.
Which looking at that's my character. Let's look at Vanguard's character. Just to be friendly DM because I don't like coup de grind people. Okay, so we good with that one then?
I guess so.
I mean, yeah, it's a +12, so.
It is. All right, Vanguard. Best of luck to you.
Nice.
Dice karma.
I swear to God, Foundry, if you fucked me.
Not a 1.
Here we go.
Oh, you rolled amazing.
The fuck?
27. Yeah, so you survive it. It is massively painful, and you are silenced until the damage gets healed. It's not permanently gone, but yeah, you are literally thematically bleeding out the neck as this thing does basically carve out your voice box, and bleeding out the neck as this thing literally chomps out a chunk of your flesh. And at that point, probably screaming ensues from the rest of the people as you're just gurgling, and that goes on to Berthulu's turn.
Cool.
Or not Berthulu, excuse me, Stormy. Stormy's next, and then so these 3 are the ones that are going to be starting. The next round, everyone else will jump in if it's still alive.
I am going to run up on this thing, and I am going to start screaming intruder, intruder, first off. And then I'm going to make some attacks. So first
this one's
off,
the next round.
I need to make 2 flurry of blows. These are -2 each, I believe. No, I'm second level. These are -1 each now.
You unfortunately had to move. You can't do a flurry of blows.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I could full round attack. No, I can't
You
do
have to
that.
move. Yeah, you could
Yeah.
charge it. If the only real special thing you could add to it is charge it, or if you want to try to do some sort of grapple or something like that.
I can grapple it. I think that's gonna be the best bet. So I'm gonna roll my combat maneuver dice.
Okay. Yeah, this is a tiny creature, so
Oh, this is really unfortunate because I'm playing a 5e monk, and movement and full rounds are gonna catch me the entire campaign. Right, CMB. Oh, look at that! Look at that nat 20.
nice.
Yes!
You grab it right up.
Okay, and we are both condition grappled, I believe.
Yep.
Cool, but I get
And you're
bonuses
considered,
on that.
and you're considered the one, the controlling grapple.
Mm-hmm. And I get additional bonuses on
Also
that.
means you're the only
So-
person he can threaten, which means unless his attacks are matched, he probably won't be getting through your DR.
Cool. All right, and that will end my turn. Wait,
Now it's Berthulu. And your initiative may be different on the next round.
Can I pull out my brass knuckles, run up, and start punching it?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna do that.
Give it a punch. Oh yes, and since it did coup de grace, you are confused, unfortunately.
Alright, I'm gonna punch it for 4 damage.
So you do. 4 damage applied. Like this, telling me that the thing has no inventory. I'm like, I know, it's an animal. Leave me alone. Alright, so since you shouted and they're not sleeping, that means that end of the round. Patrick, but you see them shift, as you guys suddenly would see as there's suddenly looks like just a Black Panther charging up next to you.
Eat 'em.
Which... oh, I don't have the beast share here. We're just gonna have to do it manually.
Why is that on my brass knuckle attack notes?
Okay, so it's a D8. 4, and then claw, claw. Potential for rake if both claws hit. So that's 1. Charge while grappled. Let me see what its AC is. That should have been applying the penalty. So 14, that is not going to be enough for the second, but that's still another d6 plus 3. Okay, so for 8 damage, but damage applied. Alright, now everybody can roll initiative here. Keep in mind, you are basically prone and in bed and potentially unarmored, but you guys can be all added to it. As you guys are hearing the shouts.
I don't think I can.
You can act. You're
Okay.
silenced. Means that you won't be able to cast most spells, but until you get the damage healed. You see this thing is clearly like got an unhinged, terrifying looking jaw that looks just otherworldly. And alright, is that everyone? Servicing Goblin. No, he's on there. Okay. Sweet. Next round. Oh, no, I gotta go back to... Oh, fuck that. There we go. Round 2. Sorry for the noise.
No, you're good.
So this thing, yeah, it's currently grappled. It's just gonna be kind of slashing at you. Let's see. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. As it suddenly, it'll spend a standard action as it looks at all of you, everyone within 30 feet of it. Needs to give me a will saving throw. As it suddenly just starts twisting and turning into just a... Basically, think of like an octopus where everything is fangs, as it just seems to be trying to choose a new body that's more threatening. Man, that's 20s, baby. He's a 10, 20,
there's that
30.
thing.
Hey.
Knowledge planes to assist you with
Hey.
that on your turn. You're fine, you're
Helps.
fine, you're fine. It does take its standard action. It can spend a move trying to... You're also fine. It seems very ineffective.
I have hero points for you all.
I do need one more for Vanguard you as well.
Sorry, everything was lagging on my end.
Looks like quite a few of the people are panicking and moving back away from it, since I'm just going to assume most of the NPCs fail. Oh, nicely done. Good time for good rolls.
Yay,
And then
finally.
Patrick needs one. Okay. So, everyone succeeds at the Look of Fear. You definitely feel like that one also was draining a bit on your sanity, but luckily that one didn't have a sanity roll. That one was just a guaranteed 1 sanity if you had failed, but luckily no one takes it. And it's just going to try and escape artist and see if it can get out of the grapple. What's your CMD? Probably not going to matter. Stormy, may I have your CMD?
Yeah, sorry, one second. I'm trying to find it. I'm not gonna lie. Ah, there it is. Okay. Okay, I'm clicking on it.
It's just a number.
I'm so sorry. I thought it was gonna roll. I'm so tired. 19.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
just
good.
late. We're getting to the end of it here. It's just the... I will tell you, I was going to end with this, like, but all right. So it's unable to get free of your CMD.
I think I get a
Winter.
+2 on that too. I'm not sure from my free
Winter's
power maneuver.
storming up 30 feet. But if she gets to the center, she's going to cast Bless, giving everybody a +1 on saves against fear, as well as a +1 to weapon attack rolls. Goblin. You are prone, keep in mind, because you were sleeping, so you might need to like scramble over or throw something. You're a ranger, so it's not too hard for you to just draw and shoot. You don't really lose anything for being in a bed.
Yeah, I'm staying in bed and shooting this thing with a bow.
Just pulling your bow out like motherfucker.
This gangster shit. This, I knew we should have trusted this fucking lizard dog. I knew we shouldn't have sniffed your hand and then started shooting.
Everyone's like, but it was so cute. It's like, of course it was cute. It wanted to be cute.
Fits, it fits.
Oh, that's a dead
Oh,
I
dog.
told you
that's
not to trust this animal. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Do you want to roll one more just for fun? That's already a guaranteed crit and probably going to murder it, but let's see. You might get a third one.
Failing a triple.
Roll a d20.
Just a d20? Okay.
Yeah, because you technically got a double crit, and so you might have a triple crit, which is insta kill anyways.
No. I'm afraid
You
not.
add to these. You add 5, 11. Okay, so yeah, even grappled. It's not going to be a double crit, but it is a single crit. But so 6 turns to 18. Yeah, right through. Let's see. So that's 13 even with the DR, and down he goes. That is a very dead-looking thing. It's a more. It seems to be more worm-like with a lot of teeth.
I
Like, imagine,
will.
like,
Nice.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I apologize. Got
I was
excited.
gonna say, like, you know how like the whole like snail, their entire like thing is actually their tongue and has teeth. It's kind of like that, except the teeth are actually large enough to cut you.
That's horrifying. I think as I'm getting up, I'm like, all right, put that thing down. Hold on. I'm gonna sprint over to Vanguard's character, and I'm also
hold tight.
trained in heal.
Hold tight.
Okay.
You've done a move action to draw. You can move and do that if you want. I'll let you to move. Well, no, because you would have had to stand prone. So actually, that's just you standing out of bed. I do need combat for a little bit longer.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Brothulu, what are you doing?
Shitting my pants.
Just look at that thing. Like, what the fuck was that?
It's dead.
It's dead.
I'm gonna
She's-
put her here, and then
She's still just on her back, her fucking throat basically torn out.
I'm not positive how my alchemy stuff works. Am I allowed to give her one of my extracts?
Yeah, if you have extracts, you can. Or no, you need the. There's an alchemist. What do they call them? Infusions?
Infusion.
That allows you. No, they're discoveries. The infusion is the spell itself. That you need the discovery that's literally called like share infusion. Otherwise, you can only use them on yourself.
Oh.
It's one of,
Okay. So if that's the case, then I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
You got handed a cure moderate potion.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you still-
I have the potions. I was opening up my inventory as you said that.
yeah,
I will
you could.
give her the cure moderate wounds potion.
Yeah.
Thank
do that.
you.
Yeah. So roll 2d8 plus 3.
2d8 plus 3. 2 of those.
I do need one thing from you, as I need a melee touch attack, basically, as you try to feed it for her, because she is confused.
I'm confused and silenced and bleeding to death.
Melee.
You're not
touch
bleeding.
attack.
Yes.
I know,
You just-
I didn't mean that one.
Is it just this melee roll in my combat?
Yep. And then touch determines which AC we use. Easily done.
Okay.
She's resisting you, and it's kind of like the crazy girl, kind of like, and then you reach down and yeah, you heal all the damage.
Cool.
You're no longer silenced.
I
So
can't
you're-
act fully because it's dark. It's almost 11 o'clock at night right now.
No, you're good.
But how much?
You healed
I'm
10.
definitely not
So you
dead.
took 7 and you healed 10, so you're full or whatever.
Yeah, I'm full health.
But all right, so my kitchen's just moving over and getting set and looking at the thing in case. But Vanguard, I need you to roll me a d4, please. This might be
D4. I'm guessing. D4.
It's a little triangle one.
it's the one on the far left.
Come on, go, get it. Oh, sorry.
I think 4 is act normally, so I think we're fine. But I'm gonna double check real quick.
There we go. It
Confuzzled.
decided to lag right when it said that.
Or oh no, that's you reach over and try to smack. Let's see, the nearest creature. So I need an attack roll first of all, and then I'll determine who you're attacking. You reach over and try to beat somebody. Yeah, as he's trying to force feed you there, you might reach over and smack Brothulu for the pleasure.
Smack the shit out of me.
Sorry, dude.
His face
Just melee?
is unchanged, but in his heart, he's very hurt.
You know it's not her. You know it's that she's just confused by the panic. She misses anyway, so it's fine. She just kind of she ruffles your hat.
Did you guys see that meme where it's like that husband and his wife is sitting there and he does something to her, and she like goes to hit him, but like he like blocks every blow and like dodges it.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, where you know their attack pattern too well.
Yeah.
You are no longer confused at the end of your round. I almost made her just attack you outright because, like, since it is an attack roll, when you're attacked, when you're confused, and it's like technically to feed them a potion, you have to attack roll. So I was like, nah, we'll still roll it. And I just find it ironic that it still picked you. And I was like, all right, God said we need to swing.
Grick is more disappointed that she missed.
Wait,
He dreamt of Paris that night.
If you guys like to roll Knowledge Planes, I can tell you about this creature.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I
And then
don't
we're
know
gonna be
if
wrapping up shortly after.
Quick question
What's up?
for you. I'm looking at my combat tabs with my bite claws and horns and stuff. I have
Mhm.
them as dex spaced right now.
Would strength be better for you?
I'm not sure.
Which one's
Oh,
higher?
make
you
them
know what?
strength
I took grapple off, and now my dex went back off.
Yep, that's what's doing it. Is
It was interesting. When I was grappled, I still should have a +6 combat maneuver bonus for grappling, but my combat maneuver bonus went down to like
that's
+4.
That's the amusing part of like you gotta keep an eye on that whenever I put the condition on because I need the condition on for your AC and everything else. You have a normal CMB for the purposes of maintaining the grapple on your target, but then say if you went to grab somebody else, you'd have the penalty. So it's like that's where that comes from. All right, Grick.
Okay, 10-4.
Grick, at this point, you know full well what that thing was, and you're actually you're a little pissed about it because you know it literally. I mean, it failed at killing anyone, but it did exactly what this creature did. You know that is a type of Sawkill. Sawkill, these little evil little bastards. They're basically evil animals from hell. That basically all have some evil section of them that basically are some there, and that basically these ones like to basically act friendly. That they're basically trying to act like they're a step away from a wild animal and befriend humanoids, but then they try to punish and go after those that do. So in this case, this one basically, this did exactly what it does. It basically acts as friendly as it thinks the target needs to, or whoever responds nicest to it, and then tries to kill them. And then basically normally would run away, probably turn into something else and do it again.
That would have killed me in real life, to be honest.
Oh yeah. The way I was playing and the way that I was like, this thing would fool me in a game. This thing would totally, I would be like, oh, you're adorable. And the problem is, like this thing literally showed you it was a shapeshifter, and everyone's like, I'm sure it's fine.
It's funny. If any of Nikki characters were there, it just turns into a kobold.
Yeah, Grick is going to say something about that. He's basically gonna be like, that was literally hell spawn. And he's gonna look at Vanguard's character and be like, we're not taking on any more pets.
Let's see what its official art looks like.
She does not respond. She's just kind of in a ball right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do a heal check on Vanguard. What's your character's name again?
Seraphina.
I'm gonna do a heal check on Seraphina just to make sure there's nothing like lingering and to make sure everything's actually like okay and stable.
Makes sense. Yeah, I got a picture here that'll pop up in the notes for you.
It was one hell of a fun adrenaline rush.
Once they manifest, this is kind of like their baseline, like regular form.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's awful for sure. Like the most fucked up anglerfish met like a dog cat.
Yo, that's sick looking.
It was pretty cool. So 23 on that heal check.
I'm sorry, what were you trying to... I know you said it and I...
Just making sure that there's no lingering effects on Vanguard, as well as like make sure everything's like actually okay.
You can tell that the creature is actually dead, and that Vanguard does seem to be okay after that heal. Generally, it's like you can tell it. It's a bit of scarring on the neck. She's in no risk of losing her voice, no infection from the thing. It's just everyone's kind of amped right now.
Don't worry, Seraphina. This is probably the third worst bite I've seen. There was this one time outside of Ustalov, out near the Eye of Dread. Oh god, this bear. Oh, this merchant decided to sneak sausages into his jacket. Oh, so much blood. Anyways, you'll be fine.
She just kind of... She has... So, you know, this is such a dark thing to say, just thinking about it, but you know those tornado drills we used to do as kids?
Oh yeah.
She's kind of in that position, just holding her own head, and just as he's talking, she just kind of looks at him.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Now, anyways, about this merchant, I'm just gonna like pick her up as a ball and then move her to a dry, clean bed and then put her down in that bed.
Yeah, there's probably a horrific moment that you just see there's this massive pool of crimson in her bed, and it's like, oh, that's
yeah, I fully don't regard it. I just keep telling her this terrible, this very cheesy story about some merchant that was mauled by a bear over sausages outside of Ustalov.
You see Winners moving right over to the bed to grab the soiled sheets and stuff and move them away before more people get freaked
Yeah.
out by that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
she'll
like
be alright.
put her down to
she'll be
clean
alright.
bed.
But
There
fun fact, and because we're wrapping up on time, I want to make sure I get this out so we have people that can take care of it. Level 3, level up.
Ding.
Yes! I not only get
Let's
a-
go.
Now you may push your rest buttons. By the way, get that heal. If anything's relevant, make sure that you get that in. Don't
Ding,
forget
you're
that if
level
it-
3.
I get a mist. I
Don't
get a
forget
revelation
to roll
and
twice
an
and take the
Asylum.
best.
Yes.
Wait. Can you do that thing for my sheet?
What's
If
that
you're
thing?
doing that thing again, where you give me the experience,
Experience.
so I can level up.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that to everybody.
Yeah.
Can we not do it ourselves?
I gotta put it on the top right. I don't know if you can edit that. I just put your bar
Oh.
up the top right. I just fill that up. See how yours
Wait.
just popped full?
Yeah.
There's a
I think I can do
level
it
up
myself.
button on the bottom. Okay.
Yes, but it only appears once the bar is full.
True. Although, you can manually change your level, but
Yeah, I got it.
So you said roll for her health, but keep the higher. Roll twice, keep higher.
Roll twice. So like you can use the one that makes it roll, but then roll again, and if it rolls higher, then just adjust it. And then level 3 means a feat, so pick a feat too.
Yay!
I hit
You will gain
roll,
some
and then it didn't even show me a
experience.
roll. Oh, I guess I could just roll my hit die.
Did I miss anyone? I thought I hit everybody.
You,
Everyone-
I'm all good.
Yep, that was better. The computer one was better. Cool.
That was pretty solid. Take it.
wow.
Man, look at that, Deckle.
Yeah, it's better than a kick in the ass.
Level 3 investigator gets things. Investigator talent. So I get a talent and a feat?
Oracle 3.
Badass. Keen recollection.
Spells.
Trap sense +1.
I can learn a 3rd level spell. Also, those 2 hero points I have, those have your names on it, by the way.
Oh, at
Does she
3rd
get
level, I can
blood
attempt all
sanctuary?
knowledge skill checks untrained.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what Blood Sanctuary is. At 3rd level, to the power of the blood, and +2 bonus on saving throws against spells that I or an ally casts. I love that. Friendly fire is not a worry for me.
Yay!
What language do I want? What's everybody speak?
I speak Celestial, Sylvan, and Common.
Common and Orc. Int is not Nix's strong suit.
I speak
He's okay.
Common, Draconic, Elven, Goblin, and Orc.
Clearly, I'll pick Tengu.
Yes, I have.
Deckle, how do you have? Deckle, how do you have 3 feats to choose?
3 feet? What?
Says you're missing 3. Humble Beginnings? You got 1 from Human, 1 from level 1, Brew Potion, and Throw Anything.
Oh, and as a healing roll.
Oh,
I
because you're
can
supposed to have
convert-
Brew Potion and Throw Any. Or no, because those are.
I just clicked on Alchemist level, so that's why I got those. Those are class features. Feats I have 1 from a class and 2 from human and the first level.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see where the other feats are. You got 2 from level for 1 and 3, 4 from bonus. So 1's Human, 1's Humble Beginnings, 1's Brew Potion, 1's Throw Anything. So two of those ones are not actual feats that you're grabbing new ones on. You're just supposed to, because Brew Potion and Throw Anything, they literally just say you get those feats. So you just drag the feats over.
Yeah, I know. I just I haven't done that yet. I just added the level.
I know.
of
I know. I'm just making. I was worried that I was like, wait a second. Like I was like, why does it say 3? I was like, you don't have 3 to spend.
I'll
Right.
be right back.
I have maneuver training, which says that I can add, or I can use my monk level in place of my base attack bonus when calculating the combat maneuver bonus of combat maneuver bonus, I guess, of like grapples or any combat maneuver. So in order to do that, should I just add one retroactively? Because it seems that, like, no, that's not right.
What's the matter?
My combat maneuver bonus right now is taking into consideration my my base attack bonus instead of my monk level.
Oh, yeah, you can just add the difference. There's
Okay.
a feature somewhere in settings to make that work that way, but
I'll just remember right now until I can figure that out. My mind's kind of
yeah, it's
blanking
late.
right now.
You're good.
Yeah, it's almost midnight. I actually don't have any meetings tomorrow, nor any.
Get some rest.
Well, I don't have any meetings, so I think I can stay up. I'm just tired. However, I gotta give Mars next round of meds in like 8 minutes. But let's see. Oh, feats. That's right. I was gonna ask you about feats. There are like monk style feats that I was looking at. Like, I had no clue these things exist. I went on a deep dive. It's like crane style or whatever fighting styles. Like, I can enter a fighting style. For the type of monk that I'm trying to make, what is a good fighting style that I can take with a feat? Or like, what would you recommend as a feat? Like, you said something like savage attack or something, because I already have my natural claws and stuff.
There's improved natural attack, which is always good. That's a monster feat, but technically you're viable for it. Flyby attack is also a good one to go for. For styles, I don't know any style that's good for hand-to-hand only, but there are some that are devoted to using natural attacks and all that stuff. So I'd find there are a couple flying ones. So I'd say look at all the style feats and find a creature that flies. Other than dragon, because I'll tell you right now, dragon does not matter about you flying. That's basically power attacking. But
okay, so prerequisite fly speed benefit. When flying, the creature can take a move action and another standard action at any point during the move. Oh, so I can fly up, go bam, 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 and then fly away with the rest of my movement speed.
Standard action, but so you'll be able to hit once and then fly back away, like how you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the creature cannot take a second move action during a round. Okay. Without this feat, take a standard action either before. Okay. And then, so for the fighting styles, you said pick one from a creature that has flying.
Look around at them. Like I can do a little look here if you got time to give me a quick thing here.
Fighting styles. Okay, I found the list. Archon style. Gosh, there's so many. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Yeah, there are. If you go to just style feats on the PFSRD, you can see a bunch, but the problem is I don't know which ones are dealt with flying. I know, like, Dragonfly, you fly, but that's all about you jumping flying, because I'm building that in a different game. I'm trying to look to see which ones might be good. Grabbing style, because you like grabbing, because that's a wrestling one-handed... Oh! I know what you'd probably like, is Kraken. Kraken is really good.
A, B, C, D, E... Wait.
Kraken's very, very good.
J, K...
I get a new revelation.
Yo, I cannot do the alphabet right now. I scrolled all the way down to P's looking for Kraken. Oh my god.
Stormy, please, for the children, go the fuck to sleep.
No.
Okay.
Kraken. Let's see. Ooh, Kraken fighting style. Wisdom 13. Prereq. Yes, got that. Improved grapple. Feet.
Which you got, that's improved power maneuver.
Okay, wonderful.
Unarmed, you got?
Unarmed strike, I got that. Base attack bonus +3, which
Or
I
monk
got
level 3rd.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm monk level 3, so that swaps out. Okay, when you succeed at a grapple check using this style, your opponent takes an amount of bludgeoning damage equal to half your wisdom modifier.
Half, it's full.
To any damage
Where are you
equal
reading
to
half?
the.
Oh, you're
my
just sleeping.
God.
You're good.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
So yeah, but this one's in addition to anything that you do to deal harm. So you could basically the whole roll to maintain you get. Also, when they try to escape, if they do one of the escapes where you get a counter roll, you also then deal it again. Then you can also combine that with there's also a feat chain that gives you the crush ability, which is also more damage whenever you roll a successful grapple. So this one basically makes you just strong by itself, and the higher level versions make it better. Because eventually it lets you start pinning, like the second level lets you start choking their neck out so they can't talk or cast.
Ooh.
And then the third one allows you to crush them, so you get the crush natural ability. So whenever you succeed, you get a free slam attack, which means you just
Okay, so
maintaining.
I run in for a grapple. I'm holding them, and then next.
All right, chat. Just for everyone else, thank you for joining us for tonight. I'm gonna wrap up here. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Stay beautiful. Bye bye.